No, I used to hang out with Norm MacDonald a lot. Me and Norm were really close.
God, I loved him.
And we used to go play tennis. And after we'd play tennis, we'd go into like the 7-Eleven. And we'd always do this thing where we go, okay, we're going to go in together. And each of us has to point at one item and make a joke about it. And it was really hard. Like people think making jokes as a comedian is easy, but it's not. But I'll never forget Norm did this. It's the only one I remember. But I pointed to, you remember those things, animal crackers?
Yeah.
And I pointed to the animal crackers, and Norm just goes, that horse cock didn't taste very good.
There's a lot of guys who sort of all of a sudden are like real big players.
Yeah, Norm got his own TV show.
Norm's doing well. What?
What?
Do you hang out with Norm, or is it impossible?
It's pretty impossible because he's crazy.
He is.
In L.A., I call him and he goes, I go, what happened last week? I called you to go on. You called me? And I go, yeah. On my phone? I go, yeah. And he goes, oh, yeah, I got that. I go, you didn't call me back? No.
And he's serious.
Yeah, he's crazy.
And yeah, I know. Like, I have him on the show.
I love him, though. He's the funniest guy around. I think you need to be kind of crazy to be really funny.
He is very funny. I love him, too. And he has a gambling problem, you know.
Yeah.
He was telling us how
secret,
he was all excited that he had $80,000. He won $80,000 in Vegas, but he had lost like $100,000 on basketball.
Right. And that's on nickel slots. That's how serious he is.
Did you always know he had a gambling problem?
Mm-hmm.
You did. When did you know that? At Saturday Night Live?
I first knew he had a pee in a bottle problem.
Right.
Remember that? You always talk about
it's
that.
great.
And then I knew...
Does he still save his urine? Do you know?
I don't know. He used to put it in Ziploc baggies, sign it, and send it to fans.
Is that true?
No.
Oh.
But he did. He would take, after Saturday Night Live, they give you a car, a limousine, if you want to go to the party, and he would take it to Atlantic City.
Really?
Yeah. He's a hard ass. He's hardcore, dude. I
know he'll even get into fist fights.
And then he'll stay at a table for hours and hours.
What do you think of that?
I feel lucky.
And then you don't even know if he's married or single. It's never really clear.
I don't know, but I know girls like him. He's when you're something's that wrong, they pick up on it and like it.
They like the tragedy of that.
Fixer upper, yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna make him a regular guy.
Right, but it never worked.
I don't know if Norm still tours. You'd be a good compliment for Norm, man.
You don't think I'm too much, too similar?
I don't know. I think it'd be funny.
Jeez, he's my hero.
I think it'd be work. Yeah.
I'd be blown away.
Yeah, the guy's amazing.
Never met him.
Very funny. Well, it's such an impressive stand-up to see live. You know?
Yeah.
Because you think right before he goes on, I opened up for him for about a year, and after we did Dirty Work, and then he always think like no matter where you are, you think like he's not going to make it. Like he goes, he's holding his stomach. He goes, I can't do this, man. I'm not going to make it here. I don't want to go on. I don't want to go on. I want to quit. Like, he'll be fine. And you got to push him in front of the microphone. And then he does an hour and 45 and destroys. Doesn't take the mic out like this, like, and then he just leaves.
Yeah. I saw him at Caroline's when I was broke. I was poor. I wasn't even in the club, so I had to pay the real fee. I couldn't be like, I'm a comic. They didn't know me.
I know.
And
you mean the fair prices over there too?
Yeah, right. I spent like $70.
That's great when you're broke.
Yeah. And I went and saw him, and he was killing, and he got heckled in the middle of the show, and he's drinking a Coca-Cola, and he just goes, it's dead silent, this tension, like, what's he gonna say? And he just goes, I don't know what to do about that, And then he goes back to the act. I've never seen anyone handle a heckle like that.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Now sometimes I just go,
Funniest guy on the planet.
No, he really is. He's up there. He's very, very funny. He's a fun guy to talk. See, doing the road with a guy like that is fun for the late night conversations that last till 6 in the morning about show business, about who he hates.
Yeah,
like you start talking about who you hate.
Yes.
Oh, it's fantastic.
That's the funnest stuff.
Oh, and who sucks and who you hate and this and that and the other thing, and then of course
Norm stories.
I got 2 good Norm stories.
Good. My
first comedy club gig ever is in Catch a Rising Star, Princeton. And Norm MacDonald, this is 1990 or 91. Norm's done a few local talk shows in America, small time, but he hasn't made it in America. He's kind of got a little following, but now he's starting to headline in America at comedy clubs. This is at a time where in New Jersey, if you weren't telling dirty nursery rhymes wearing a leather jacket, you weren't really interesting to anybody. But here's Norm, this goofy Canadian accent, really telling these long, weird bits for 8 shows. And he probably bombed 3 out of 8 shows. Whenever he killed, he would kill, when it was a sophisticated crowd, he would get him and he would kill. He would just go backstage, he'd pull out a deck of cards, and he'd make me and Rich Voss play poker with him. When he bombed, Norm would go to the exit and say goodbye to every single person who left. Just to be weird and make us laugh and be awkward for the people. He would thank everyone for coming after he bombed.
Serious?
He was such a nut.
I love that. That's a committed person. But that's what I love.
You were Norm's assistant?
And I was Norm's assistant,
Wow.
and I wish I could like go back to
You
those
got any
days.
Norm stories?
Yeah, I hear this is my best Norm story.
Yeah.
So I went to the guys would like take me out, like Keckner and
Mhm.
Norm and Spade, and they're all fucking gems, like really, really nice guys. They were always so nice to me, and I think they liked having me around because I was like a young kid, and I would laugh, you know, and I was just in fucking heaven. Like, so they take me out. They took me out one night, and they were getting drunk and whatever. And so I meet this Australian girl, and you know, we go back, fool around, whatever. And I come into work the next day, and I turn to I go, I gotta tell you something, man. I go, and don't tell anybody. And he goes, oh yeah, I won't tell anybody, yeah. And I go, like, last night, I know with this girl, the girl at the bar, she goes, she snorted cocaine off my cock. Like that. And I was like, I don't know, I'm 20 years old or whatever, you know, and I'm like, I couldn't believe it. I'm in the city for the first time, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and he goes, wow. He goes, oh my God, that's crazy. Cocaine off your cock. And I go, but don't tell anybody, you know, 'cause I don't want anyone to know. Like, and so then maybe like, I don't know, 5 minutes later, the fucking UPS guy comes in, you know, with the packages or whatever. And he's like, oh, hey, Daryl. And he's like, hey, Norm, how you doing? He's like, hey, you see this guy right here? Guy likes to get cocaine snorted off his cock. And I was like, you know, now I wouldn't be embarrassed, but I'm fucking mortified. I'm like, I'm gonna get fired.
yeah.
And he did it. He did it for like 3 months.
To everybody.
At any point, like I'd be standing there with the jokes. He'd be like, Jason, go get the jokes. And he'd be smoking on the hallway, and he'd be like, no. Because, you know, he fucking had like a really high bar for jokes. And fuck that. I'd be like, oh my God. And then there'd be like a page standing next to him. He'd be like, hey, you know, Jason? Guy likes to have cocaine snorted off his guy. So fucking funny. He did it to my mom. He said it to my mom once.
No.
Yeah. And then I remember because the other part of the job was that I would work the door at the parties. And my mom came down for the party.
At the after party.
The after party.
Yeah.
And she, and I was trying to keep Norm away from my mom so he wouldn't say that to my mom. And of course he goes, you know, Jason likes to have cocaine. Snorted off his cock. And my mom was great. She goes, well, I bet you do a lot of weird stuff too, Norm.
Can you share some of the stuff?
With Norm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you have with Norm?
It was just, he reached out. He was a big, when people were going through it, Norm was one of the guys that would always reach out. And yeah, that was it. Just reached out. He sent me some cool stuff about like, funny will win.
Yeah.
That was the coolest shit ever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
that's
was
amazing.
like, there's a war right, I don't want to spill the beans on a nice thing, but it was like,
You guys had a private thing.
yeah, it was cool.
But
and
he
it
was
ended,
very supportive when you were going
he
through your
spoke
stuff.
like poetically.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
And it ended, one of the messages ended with like, in a war for comedy, I think the ones with jokes will win. I was just like, yo,
Yeah.
That's fire.
Norm MacDonald is king.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he
amazing.
in no way has to do that.
No,
You know what I mean?
No.
To reach out, you know, especially at that time, I thought was really cool.
it was 2 years ago. I mean, he had,
Yeah, as he's battling something, no disrespect,
Yes.
way worse.
yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, hey,
Yeah.
you need help?
I was with Adam Egget most of the time in Austin. The guy, you know Adam?
Yeah. From
And-
the store, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So me and Adam went to the Cowboys Eagles game, and we were hanging out, and the whole time, because he was best friends with Norm.
Yeah.
So he was like
Yeah.
going through it, but he went through it the same way as like we just talked like Norm the whole time. Like the whole game, we'd be like, you must have. Yeah, you got hit pretty hard. You know what's worse than getting hit like that? Blood cancer. It's no good, that blood cancer. Just like that the whole time. It was great. I hope that wasn't sharing too much for Adam.
Nah.
But it was fun. Norm's the best.
Yeah.
Well, it was, but he died of fucking. Oh, right. I forgot he fucking vanished.
Yeah.
Norm.
Yeah.
Classic.
Years old, right? And I'm 16 in the audience. And then I got to become this huge fan of Norm. And he was Norm. But back then, there wasn't a lot of people doing stand-up like Norm. Like, there wasn't this sort of angle of sort of this absurdity to it, this sort of, it was more of a structured, down the middle way of doing stand-up back then. And so Norm was this sort of, it
was a curveball.
Yeah, this sort of curveball, and we just couldn't get enough of it. So every time we was in town, we'd be down there. But Howard Wagman told me this story about Norm, and the first time he came down to do stand-up at Yuck Yucks in Ottawa, and he got off stage, and he was disappointed in how it went. Norm was. He said, "I'm never doing this again." He walked down the street. Howard Wagman chased him down Spark Street in Ottawa and said, "No, that was great. You're coming back." And he made him come back, and the rest is history.
I was on a plane with him accidentally twice.
Nice.
Twice.
That must have been amazing.
Twice on two separate occasions. Just totally random. We sat next to each other on the plane. I'm like, whoa, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And the last one, it was so funny because he was telling me about how he quit smoking. Yeah, I quit smoking. It's fucking, turns out it's real bad for you. Like, this whole thing about quitting smoking. And we're talking about it, like, how hard was it to quit? This whole thing. The moment we land, he walks into the gift shop, buys a pack of cigarettes, and he's lighting them before he gets out the door.
Yeah.
And I go, I thought you quit. He goes, I did, but all that talking about it made me want to smoke.
Yeah, it's probably all an elaborate setup, right? He probably was planning it the whole way.
I don't know.
Who knows? He probably doesn't even smoke. He was just doing it as a gag. No, he was.
Did you know he was sick?
I didn't know.
No, me either. You said you had two stories. There was what's the other one?
Oh, so he'd invite me over to SNL once in a while to play poker on off nights, on Monday nights or something. And to watch him play poker while watching Monday Night Football and a baseball game, like he was a gambler.
Right.
And I guess somehow one time I found myself on a tape night on a live SNL. I'm in the hallway with a bunch of pages, writers, basically plus ones filling out the hallway. I don't know if I'm sure you've been up there enough to know that where the reception is, there's a lot of hubbub.
Right.
You can go to the dressing rooms this way, and to the right is the studio, and makeup, and there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
I believe Rosie O'Donnell was hosting SNL, and her very best friend Penny Marshall was there to support her. Penny Marshall, at the height of her movie director swag, is walking through the hallway with her head down, sunglasses on, baseball hat, doesn't want to be bothered, treating all these basically writers and NBC employees and me and Norm as big-timing us, pretending we're just looky-loos out on the street, right? Just doing a celebrity don't bother me moment.
Flyby.
Flyby, thank you. And Norm picks up on it, and he just starts pointing and screaming, Laverne! 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 And she didn't look up. She never knew it was Norm. She was just gone.
Oh, my gosh.
And, of course, the whole hallway's falling down. Like,
I wonder if he's doing it.
He did Last Comic Standing. He was the only honest judge. He would tell comics they were hacks. It was awesome. The comics hated him. Joe List did it, and he goes, Joe, you're a very good writer. And Anthony Jeselnik goes, hey, Joe, that Norm just called you ugly, which is such a great line.
Damn.
But, oh, my God.
I met him twice, and the first time I met him was I was doing this comedy-style competition at Caroline's, and it was the Final Four. It was me, Dan Soder, who eventually beat me in the final two. It was me, Soder, Nick Cobb, and Adam Newman.
Wow.
And Norm MacDonald was just chilling in the crowd, watching.
Damn.
And he couldn't have been nicer. He was so freaking nice to all of us.
Yeah.
Complimenting our acts, being like, man, I could never do this type of thing, So cool. And then the other time I met him was on Last Comic Standing when he was a judge, and I got eliminated in the first round. I had a pretty good set, better than a lot of people who moved on, but it's NBC. Let's face it.
That's how it goes.
I remember I had one joke that Norm singled out and goes, "That joke is gold," and that to me was like it was to me. I didn't even feel that bad. I got locked off because I was like, Norm Macdonald, who is the judge that I connected to his work the most. It was Roseanne and Keenan. I connect to Roseanne's politics, of course, but no. But it was Roseanne and Keenan Ivory Wayans, and like obviously I love In Living Color, but Norm, I'm a comic. Norm was the guy I connected with, and the joke he loved was I said, my last girlfriend was a hoarder, and she broke up with me, which stings extra hard. I'm like the one thing she can get rid of. And he said he loved that joke, and then I got Keenan kind of digged me in the last comic thing. He said, I like some of your jokes, but not all of them. And I said, well, I loved all your scary movie films. And it got a huge laugh. And he said, I only did the first two. And I was like, all right. I remember I saw Norm in like the food. Yeah. He couldn't let it pass. Yeah. He couldn't take the L. And that one, I knew I was out after that.
Right.
And then I'm walking through the thing. It was like a break. I guess they were taking a break, the paid audience. And I see Norm and he goes, I really like that you dug it.
Oh.
So that was a special moment.
He's the real deal. He really is.
Yeah, I think he could tell. And I said I met you once at Caroline's, and I told him I really...
Because my story with Norm it doesn't start out great, because I did Last Comic Standing in 2000 and whatever. It never aired. And I did my joke, and I did well, and it was him. It was Damon Wayans and Roseanne.
Yeah.
And Roseanne liked me. Damon Wayans, he was like not... He was just like, yeah. He just like smiled and laughed. I think he said right on. I don't know what he was just like barely there. Like he wasn't, I don't remember anything either way. And then Norm was like, how many years have you been doing comedy? I'm like, 4. He's like, what? It takes 10 years to be a comedian. What are you doing here? I was like, ah. And I remember that was the biggest gut punch I got in stand-up. And I remember being at the Hilton by where they shoot all those shows. By where is that? Universal City?
Yeah.
That area?
Yeah.
I was in the Hilton and I was just like I couldn't even eat. I was like, this is horrible. And then I spoke to one of the comics I was staying with at that point, and he was like, Last Comic Standing. He's like, you go in there and they pay legends to tell you not to do what you love, which is kind of what... But I got over it. I kept doing it. And then he became a fan of us later on and a lot of shit we were doing. And he was right. I was a 4-year, 5-year comic then. It's like, you do need more time to mature.
But he used to, speaking of Spade, when we did, we all staying at the hotel in Boston, this nice hotel. And one day we were just sitting in Spade's room because he had a big room,
Yeah.
And we're all sitting there and then suddenly the door rings and it's like $800 worth of like steaks and stuff like that. And then Spade's like, I don't think I ordered this. No, goes, I ordered it. I figured you said you were hungry before. And he's like, and he would do it all the time. Spade. And then Spade would just be like, so funny along, like, I don't know if I wanted to pay for everybody's eat. These people I don't even know. Like, I figured, you're hungry. Everybody's probably hungry. You guys are hungry. You just be sitting there and you eat like the steak, like just cut it like, a cartoon technique.
Yeah, right.
This is good steak.
With his oversized t-shirt.
And it would play off each other. Watching them was like one of the funniest things, like watching a TV show.
I was writing like bad sketch jokes my like first year in LA with a friend of mine at the Coffee Bean. I don't even think it's there anymore, across from the mall. And it's late and they're about to close down. And in walks Norm Macdonald. And the girl says to me, who I'm writing with, this girl that I worked with at a production company, she says to me, she goes, oh yeah, you know who that is, right? And I go, holy fuck, holy shit. And she goes, that's the Bob Dole guy. I go, the Bob Dole guy?
Oh, I would have ripped her eyes out.
I mean, I was like, it's fucking Norm Macdonald. And she's like, no, I know, I forgot his name. I was like,
oh,
what?
God.
So we sit there and I'm kind of fanboying out and I'm just kind of, like not trying to face him, and he's ordering coffee and I keep kind of looking over just to like, cause you just want to get a glimpse. Cause when I'm 22, I just moved to LA. I was like, fuck, holy shit, it's Norm Macdonald. He comes in there where the coffee is. He looks over. She's a pretty girl. Okay. And obviously doesn't see me at all, doesn't know I exist. And he's kind of trying to talk her up a little bit. He's like, what are you guys doing? And she goes, oh, we're we're writing sketches. And he goes, oh, yeah, I know a thing or two about sketches. And both of us were like, yeah, no, we know. Like, and I started stumbling. I'm like, no, I was a fan of your sketches. You know. And he goes, oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna go next door. I'm gonna get a Steinbeck novel. Barnes and Noble. There used to be a Barnes and Noble. He goes, yeah, I'm gonna get a Steinbeck novel. I'm laughing, thinking he's just making jokes. And he goes, I'll be back. Okay, I'll be back. And he walks out, and I'm like, whoa, how fucking cool was that? Hand to God. He comes back in with a Steinbeck novel and sits down by us and just starts talking.
Oh my God.
I swear on my life.
Oh my God.
It was almost like you started a Norm engine and he just wanted to talk. So he just started talking and talking and talking and telling stories. And I shouldn't tell it, like, I don't want to fuck it up, but the best story he told, I said, what was your most, like, secret fun thing that happened at SNL that, like, you know, like, what was some inside shit? And he goes, Smigel and I, Robert Smigel. If you don't know who Robert Smigel is, he's Triumph the Insult Comic Dog. He's the voice and the genius behind that. Smigel's a fucking phenomenal genius writer and comedian. He goes, Smigel and I, we used to write sketches for Tracy, because we knew Tracy Morgan. We knew Tracy, you know, he was bad in table reads. He couldn't read for shit. You know, he's a fucking stumble through words, you know. So one time we wrote this sketch that we knew was going to tank. Lauren hated it. And we showed it to Tracy anyway because we knew he had trouble reading. He had someone helping him read. He had bad time with S's. So we wrote this sketch about this guy who's like a gay animal handler named Brian Fellows. Do you remember that sketch?
Yeah.
Brian Fellows? And he goes, if you look, the best part for us was it was Brian Fellows, apostrophe S, Safari Planet. It was 3 S's in a row is the sketch that we pitched. So in the room, even though the sketch was bad, we knew Tracy would go, Brian Fellows, this is Brian Fellows, this is Safari Planet. And we knew we would crush in the room. He goes, and everybody lost it. The sketch, he was like, the sketch was terrible. But Tracy would go, Brian Fellows, this is Safari Planet. And Norm goes, and he goes, that is the funniest thing. We used to fuck with Tracy all the time. And dude, I was like, my heart was filled with comedy warmth. This is the most wild part. Again, I don't believe that this happened. To myself, I'm going, this is a lie. You're making this up.
Right.
But she's my proof. We walk out when they finally close the doors. After they're like, Mr. McDonald, you can stay. You know, the Coffee Bean kids are sitting just listening. We all walk outside, and he starts taking off, kind of headed north on La Cienega. And as a joke, my friend goes, do you want to ride? Are you walking? And he goes, no, I don't want to get in the car with you. And we start laughing, and he goes, okay, shotgun. And he comes and runs, sits in the front seat.
No.
I swear to God on my life.
Oh, my God.
Her car. I'm sitting in the back seat, and he's showing us where to go, and we drop him off at his house, and at this complex. And he gets out, and he kind of opens the door, and we didn't say anything the whole car ride.
Right.
We just listened to him going, left here, right here. And he gets out, and he turns and looks in the car, and all he said,
or tattoos, you know, like of me as Joe Dirt. You know, they send you, a lot of people get a lot of tattoos of stuff, like things you say or photos or whatever, or they send me ones of Farley or whatever. So this guy sends me he's got Norm of all morons on his hand, Norm MacDonald. So I text Norm, I just send it to him. I go, hey, you have fans. And then I put in parentheses, fan. all we know is for sure this one guy. And then of course, like days later, David, hello, it's me, Norm. How are you? Have you ever texted with Norm?
No, I haven't. No.
Times 1,000. He just goes, he waits days, and then at 3 a.m, hello? I go, Norm, what are you doing? Are you answering me from 4 days ago? Is that what you're doing? Dave, it's Norm. Do you like money? Yes, Norm, I like money. Why? Would you like to have more money than all your wildest dreams? Yes, I would. And then an hour later, would you like to walk into a dealership and point to a car and then just buy it? I go, of course. How? And then 3 hours later, bet the over in the Blackhawks game in the first quarter. First period or something. I go, oh, okay. Too bad that game was 6 days ago, you fucking idiot.
When Norm MacDonald, I wonder what you think of this. He said, do you want to, I think he was talking about Bill Maher. There are a number of comedians you can do this with, I suppose. But he said, do you want to be a comedian or do you want to be a smart guy? Do you are you going to pick? Are you going to pick? Where are you philosophically on that?
Oh, I want to be a smart guy. Like Norm, and I love Norm MacDonald. He is my hero. He is one of my idols
We worked together on Last Comic Standing and did not get along. I took the job to work with him. Our philosophies were very different, and his criticisms of the other comics. He was a judge. I was the host. I was surprised by, and so just very different philosophically. All the respect in the world for Norm and what he did. It was amazing. I never try to replicate what he. No, not that I would change anything about Norm Macdonald. It's very different.
You didn't get along, though. You thought you were going to get along. You were hoping to get along, and one of your heroes.
I wanted to be best friends, but I think we were both, and we figured it out. But I think we were both a little disappointed in the job we had taken, and saw the other comedians on the show, and we're like, "Fuck, what are we doing here?" And so we were both not in the greatest of moods, and then would butt heads a little bit. Like I don't. Just because he's my idol didn't mean that I backed down at all. I kind of treated Last Comic Standing like it was my show, and no one else thought that. And so yeah, we were gonna butt heads, but that's okay.
It is okay, but I wonder if you're going in thinking someone's going to be your best friend. You're a loner. He's a hero of yours. I imagine a bit of an inspiration at least. And yes, of course, it's okay that you didn't get along, but it would have been better than okay if you had.
Sure, but it didn't make me like him less or respect him less. It was like this is an issue of mine and his. Like neither one of us had a lot of friends or was around people a lot of the time. But yeah, I think just right off the bat, I think he said something. I made fun of him for it. He wasn't happy about it, and I was like, I'm going to keep making fun of you because I took this job. And I'm not just gonna sit here and like let you take over. And that was it was a tough week. We did 8 episodes of that show. Yeah.
And neither one of you liked being there because you thought the show was going to be something different, or you thought this particular thing, once you realized it wasn't up to your standard, you're like, what have I done? Or
I think Norm and I thought this was going to be like the Norm. I thought this was going to be the Norm and Anthony show where the comics go and perform, and they're all bad. Like they're all like young comics doing 3 minutes. It's not like the comics were bad, but it was still all about them. And if the comics were really bad and we said something funny about it, then that whole thing was cut from the show because they only wanted to show the good comics. So Norm and I were like, what are we doing here? If we can't give our real opinion, you don't want anyone to be mean, and there's 100 fucking contestants. We were both just like, this is not the best use of our time.
Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy CV with the reaction video. This is going to be a video that was requested by someone. It's Norm Macdonald, and it's called San Francisco. I've never seen Norm stand up. And so this would really be my first time, to be honest with you, other than the ESPN monologue that we did. But also, like I said before, I've only seen Norm doing like interviews, and I thought he was funny. Some Saturday Night Live stuff where he was just doing like the desk thing, whatever that's called, monologue, I guess. But yeah, so this would really be the first time I've seen this dude on stage doing his thing. But this is only like 5 minutes, so it's kind of short. But anyways, let's get this 25 likes we can, man. Appreciate you guys. Norm Macdonald.
But anyways.
That's funny, bro. Oh shit. Oh. Oh. Yo, I don't know what it is with this dude. I don't know if he has like some kind of tick. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, man. It's like he's got this like I don't know if there was something wrong with him or is it just his like style or what do they call it? Like his shtick. But it's got like it's. I don't know how to explain it. It's like the way he's. It's like he doesn't even care. He's just like, hey, you know. It's like I don't know. I feel like maybe he has something going on with him that I don't know about, but it goes with his routine. Maybe it's just his routine. That's what it is. Me. Okay. Boy. Mmm. Mmm. Man, just telling them how proud you are. Well, I'm gonna shut up. What are you proud of, though? But oh. Oh. Yo, I'm gonna pass out. Hold on. Oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. Hold on a second.
And of course, you can see the fine spray of jizz.
Yo, the fine spray of. Oh god. You say arcing over his tongue. Wait, I mean,
Here's the thing, getting so much pride when I see that picture.
That voice crack? Oh my God. Yo, let me tell you guys something. Do you think the voice crack was in there? I think it just happened. That made it so much funnier. I don't think you can plan a voice crack. Bro, oh my God. Can you imagine this? Just what, 5 minutes of this joke being done today? You would be on TikTok and The View the next day, calling for your head, calling for the microphone out of your hands. I don't know if you can get away with that stuff today, man. Even though to me it wasn't even that bad, but the fact that he says, look at the picture, he's got about 18 stuffed, jammed up there. You know, I can't even say the word because they might just block it. That's what's crazy with today, bro. But like I said, man, does Norm have some sort of tick, or is that his routine? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like he does this thing with his voice. It's like I don't know. I feel like he probably had something going on with him in real life, and he just, you know, that's just how he is and who he is. But I think it goes with his comedy, unless if that's how he is, you know what I mean? And I just think it's great. I just love the pause and the demeanor, the I don't care demeanor. It's just like, oh, look at this guy. I just love that, man. I don't know, man. Like, it's just punches after punches, getting right to it. I do have another Norm MacDonald video that I'm going to watch, so we'll do that. It sucks that, speaking of sucking, it sucks it's only 5 minutes, you know what I mean? Because I like longer, okay, okay, I like longer videos, okay? The joke just keeps writing himself, doesn't it? Rest in peace, Norm. But yeah, man, if there's more Norm, like I said, I got one more video somebody requested. I'm going to watch that. This is my first time watching him on stage. Like I said, everything that I've seen of Norm is him on the desk on Saturday Night Live and like a couple of interviews, especially on Conan O'Brien. That's pretty much it. But I don't know, man. Norm is a funny dude, man. He just seems like a dude you can just have some beer with and just talk to. You know what I mean? Even on stage, he doesn't look like he's making a big deal out of this. Like, it's like he would say these things just at a barbecue. You know what I mean? Like, just freestyling it. Anyways, if there's more Norm or any other comedians, especially in the 90s or from other countries, put in the comment section below, man. We'll get to it, man. We're here to learn, explore it, and have a good laugh. You know? Anyways, keep your head up. Love you guys as always. Till next time. Peace.
Norm MacDonald was the funniest man to ever live. That's something they could never take away from him.
Unless you kill your wife and a waiter, in which case...
Alright, that's enough. Throughout Norm's long and distinguished comedy career, we only ever got 2-hour-long stand-up comedy specials, one called Me Doing Stand-Up, and the other, Hitler's Dog, Gossip and Trickery. Today we will be reviewing the latter and taking a closer look at Norm's Netflix comedy special, Hitler's Dog, and I'll be sharing my thoughts on it and whether or not I think it's good, bad, or somewhere in between. That being said, it is a Norm MacDonald special, so I think a lot of you already know where this one is going. So if all of that sounds interesting to you, then let's hop right into it. To begin with, I hadn't watched this special in a really long time, and rewatching it several years later, it actually surprised me a lot. I used to think that Me Doing Stand-Up was the clear winner between the two, but Hitler's Dog has a lot of classic bits that are just so simple and unique, while also being brilliantly grim and deep. Without further ado, I'll go ahead and hop into the content of the special. The special begins with a shot of Norm walking through a park on a sidewalk, and while we see this nice B-roll footage, we hear Norm deliver the punchline to his classic bit about Bill Cosby being a hypocrite.
God damn, at least he's not a hypocrite. That's the worst. That's the worst part of it.
This is almost a subtle nod to Norm's diehard fans because he didn't even have to include the setup of the joke in there because Norm knows that we already know it. It's a great bit to start the special on, and then we see Norm transition into a bit about eating a pork chop and differences that exist when we eat at home versus when we eat at a restaurant. This is a bit we have seen on Letterman before, but it's nice to see the extended version of it in the special where it eventually goes into the way waiters talk to you when you're ordering dessert. Very funny stuff. One thing I noticed early in this hour and really appreciated about Norm's stand-up bits is how he takes his word choice into very careful consideration when doing the bits. It's apparent that Norm has worked very hard to select the funniest possible words for his audience. You guys might be thinking I'm overanalyzing this, and you may be right, but let me cook for a second. A lot of the words Norm uses have much harder consonants than other words.
Say, man, I'm gonna make myself a pork chop, cook it up till it's hot on one side, then turn it over, hot on the other side, cook it, and then cut into it a little bit, see how it's going in the middle. Guy comes, he's got a big tray. Oh, yeah. He had a canted angle, every confection known to man. Sure. Suddenly, his tone changes. It's not like the pork chop anymore. Some kind of sexual undertones going on.
A lot of comedians have talked about how words with the p, t, or k sound are funnier than words without them. Gary Goldman has even tweeted about this in his Comedy Tips series about how there's something prehistoric in our brains that make us laugh when we hear a certain sound or certain words. Norm definitely seems aware of this throughout the entire special, and he does not disappoint. The jokes themselves are super funny, don't get me wrong, but when you also use the funniest words when constructing the jokes, and you own a doghouse, there's just no way the audience isn't gonna love you. Anyway, let's get back into the content of the special. Norm's bit about the desserts at the restaurant gets really silly, and we get one of my favorite Normisms when he does the
you like this?
This will always crack me the fuck up no matter what context it's in. Then we see Norm do a silly bit about sex and how it's not interesting to him anymore, which then naturally transitions right into this bit about Abraham Lincoln saying score in George Washington's famous story about chopping down a cherry tree. The greater point of the joke ends up having nothing to do with George Washington at all, rather how fucking mortifying it would be if you were incapable of telling anybody a lie. You can genuinely hear in Norm's voice how troubling this topic is to him, and it ends up being a great little non sequitur. I really like these jokes. Bits like this and other ones we will get into lead me to believe that only Norm could pull them off. If Norm was in a writer's room and gave this to even the most elite comedians working today like Joe Rogan, Brendan Schaub, or Bert Kreischer, I really think they would struggle to make these jokes as funny as Norm. Okay, that was a joke, but seriously, Norm has this habit of lingering on jokes for a while and not being as concise as he could be, but it works especially well for him and his style. In fact, it's what a lot of people love him for is his irreverence towards the rules of brevity. This isn't to say Norm can't have great one-liners. He does. Everyone who has watched him for a while knows he can come up with great lines on the spot as well. It's just that he finds a way to stretch these bits, waste your time, but make you happy while he's doing it. Once Norm has the skeleton of the joke compartmentalized, he just plays around with it, and he's so naturally funny that this really works in his favor. That's why I think most comedians working today, even if they were high-level comics, could not pull off what Norm does. Another thing Norm does tremendously well in his stand-up is cloaking his segues and really making it seem like a big, long stream of consciousness.
There's a real stream of consciousness thing happening here, Norm.
Yeah, it's called conversation.
Well, I guess it's more of a conversation, really. But Norm exemplifies high-level segues, making the entire specially incredibly easy to watch. Then we see a few jokes about why Norm doesn't like to go to parties because he feels like he's too dumb and doesn't have any strong opinions to tell anybody about, which is rich when you consider the fact that he graduated from high school at like 14 years old and was enrolled in university around 15 or 16 years old. I really like this joke about the triangular Cuban sandwiches because it really does remind me of how good these fucking sandwiches are for some reason. My family around the holiday season always buys these Cubans from a local sandwich shop, and good God almighty are they delicious. Norm is definitely onto something with this one. Moving on, several bits from this special we had seen in Norm's last Letterman set or just a Letterman interview in general, like the next one we saw about him doing LSD and being disappointed that he didn't have a flashback like he was promised by his drug dealer. I think Bill Maher would be very proud of Norm for taking a stand against the big acid companies and voicing his issues with them on a billion-dollar platform like Netflix. Very cool of Norm to pretend to be a smart guy like Bill for this one joke. By this point in the special, we are about a quarter of the way through, and already I'm flabbergasted by how funny the special is. I really took it for granted the first time I watched it, but upon rewatching, I'm realizing just how clever, simple, but unique all of Norm's premises are. Furthermore, we would then see Norm get into this monstrosity of a bit that starts off with him talking to a vegetarian and realizing he's wrong morally, but this quickly escalates into his belief that if you woke up one day and realized you were wrong about everything, that you should hang yourself. He also has a throwaway observation that's so cartoonishly stupid you can't help but laugh your ass off. Norm says it's no coincidence that the rope store and the rickety stool store are always built right next to each other. Just a completely fake observation. This is one small detail that is a cherry on top of such an excellently written bit. Then we see Norm make a salient point about how a lot of people question the motive of people who commit suicide and pretend like they don't understand it, even though the reason why they're doing it appears to most people as glaringly obvious.
People commit suicide. People go, I don't understand why. And I go, you don't? Well, you live in a cotton candy house or something? What the fuck? You don't know about life? How it only disappoints and gets worse and worse until it ends in a catastrophe? What the fuck?
This is so twisted and morbid, but absolutely side-splitting. Then Norm takes it into a bit about autoerotic asphyxiation, which ends up being great. As aforementioned, the escalation from veganism into this bit about autoerotic asphyxiation is so gradual and natural that you really don't even notice it happening right before your eyes. Incredibly well done. A lot of people think Norm is funny, but really don't give his stand-up the respect it deserves. This is why I believe that George Carlin notably praised Norm in the 90s for his stand-up comedy, and Norm's ability to deliver this left-field style of observational comedy consistently throughout his act. Even if you don't think George was the funniest comedian in the latter half of his career, the dude knew what he was talking about when it came to praising funny people and giving them their flowers. Right after this bit about suicide, Norm follows it up with this dark but silly bit about what happens directly after you died. The delivery of this absurd joke all the way to the end is world-class and vintage Norm Macdonald. Then we see several more bits about suicide that are all pretty funny, and then this transitions nicely into Norm's bit about Las Vegas and the classic saying of what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. This is one we've seen Norm do for years, and he really expands on it in a way that he didn't initially on Late Show with David Letterman. There's an extra funny punchline that he obviously could not have said on TV, and it's a great incentive to watch the special if you haven't already. As much as I love the bit from the special though, it really doesn't feel the same without David Letterman cackling in the background.
You probably think of him as some that likes to bite the heads off of chickens, but this guy can...
Then Norm dives into the topic of smartphones and discusses the differences between taking pictures nowadays and pictures just 1 or 2 generations ago. The line, "Who's gonna feed them hogs?" lives rent-free in my head and probably always will after watching this special and Norm's last Letterman set.
Who's gonna feed the hogs?
Then we see Norm do a bit about Wikipedia, which happens to have one of the most noteworthy jokes in the entire special, in my opinion. My friend and I have talked about Norm's Claude Monet joke a lot because it's a massive subversion that you would never expect. When Norm says to his friend he's going to the bathroom to look at Claude Monet and he comes back after a half hour of looking and he just says he liked his paintings, that's fucking wild. He doesn't go any deeper than this, and the guy asking Norm about him fucking believes it. Most misdirection jokes are relatively simple, but Norm took this one so much further than necessary just because he felt like it. Fucking legend. Then Norm discusses the nature of fame and how it has changed by comparing the first people to go on the moon to Instagram booty models. And then Norm highlights the absurdity of what happened with the first spaceship to the moon and how Harrison Schmitt was not allowed to even leave the lunar capsule. Then we get to probably my favorite joke of the entire special when Norm talks about metaphors and how he appreciates metaphors where they are figuratively true while also being literally true. Incredibly grim, but so fucking funny, dude. I love this joke because of its simplicity, as well as Norm giving his sincere thoughts on what makes somebody beautiful. That was a nice touch. Then we see several more jokes about leading causes of death in America, teachers being the real heroes, and how the best time in Norm's life was the time before school when it was just pure and blissful. Then we hear Norm's classic bit about how the only country he's scared of is Germany on account of them declaring war on the world, and after this we hear the joke about the $6 million man. I will say this was the only bit that didn't strongly resonate with me. It definitely isn't Norm's fault he lost me. It's just because I'm not super well read on the content of the show and the commercial. He also talks about a few other commercials, the reverse mortgage, and then the 10 commandments of the scriptures. And then Norm ends the special with his bit that the title is referencing about Hitler's dog and how a dog's love is so pure and unconditional that even a man as evil as Hitler could be loved by one. A great closing bit for the special. All in all, I think for Norm's last comedy special released while he was still alive, this was an absolute heater. I think of the two, I still prefer me doing stand-up, but if it was a roll of the dice which comedy special I ended up watching, I would be just fine with either of these. I don't watch as many comedy specials anymore, but I'm happy I rewatched this one to make this video. I think Hitler's Dog is a deep look into the topics of Norm's mind while he was battling cancer with a beautiful cocktail of grimness, self-reflection, sincerity, and of course, humor. If you haven't seen the special, I'd recommend giving it a watch. If you're a fan of Norm, then you'd love it, and if you're not a super big fan of Norm, I think Hitler's Dog might change your mind on how good Norm is. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and hype the video to help more people see it, and comment your thoughts on this special down below. If you want more content from me, click the link on your screen to check out my last video where I compiled 30 minutes of Norm Macdonald brutally roasting people throughout his entire career. I know you'll love the video, so click the link to check that out now. Other than that, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and God bless.
Live from Toronto at the Sony Centre, it's the 4th Annual Canadian Screen Awards with your host, Norm Macdonald, featuring Martin Short, Jay Baruchel, Rick Mercer, Emily Van Camp, Eugene Levy, Jacob Tremblay, Catherine O'Hara, Christopher Plummer, and Donald Sutherland. Now, please welcome Norm Macdonald.
Thank you and good evening. I'm Norm Macdonald, and I could not be more excited to be here. You know, when I was asked to host the Canadian Screen Awards, I called my good friend Chris Rock, and I said to him, I've got some great news, Chris. I'm going to Canada. And he said, I've got some great news, too. I'm hosting the Oscars. What are you doing in Canada? And I said, you know, visiting some family, friends. The usual. We're coming to you live from Toronto, or as you cost-cutting location scouts call it, New York City. Look at this beautiful crowd, though. Isn't it something? Dashing men. Does that sound a little like Bobo? Look at this beautiful crowd, though, folks. Dashing men. Dashing men in black ties, sophisticated women in elegant gowns, and tonight, all of you are going to hear the word shits about 100 times. Never has there been such an assembly of great Canadian talent in a single location that did not have to be Zamboni'd first. Tonight, the CSAs are being seen in over 50 countries. Isn't that exciting? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Don't wait. I misread that. 50 counties. And a couple of regional municipalities. We are here to celebrate nominees for their wonderful work in Canadian cinema and television, which is a lot like celebrating the Northern Lights. You probably haven't seen them, but you've heard they're amazing. You know, we were worried people would record the show and they'd just fast forward to the good parts, as is the want these days. So we have put a plan in place to prevent that from happening. We have decided to not have any good parts. I'm doing my part. But no, that's not true. We have a lot to celebrate in our industry. Amongst the TV shows nominated tonight are Amazing Race Canada, Big Brother Canada, Master Chef Canada. Where do they come up with these ideas? We are honored to have the great Christopher Plummer here tonight. Mr. Plummer is nominated for Remember, the story of a man who at age 90 sets out to kill the Nazi who murdered his family. And I thought I left things to the last minute. But it's been a wonderful year for Canada. It's been a especially great year for one little guy, one adorable little Canadian youngster who's already accomplished so much. Of course, you know who I'm talking about, Justin Trudeau. Hasn't he had a wonderful year? No, I'm kidding. I was misdirecting you. I'm talking about Jacob Tremblay. Jacob is up for Best Actor, and he will be competing against the aforementioned Christopher Plummer. You know, Jacob is only 9 years old. Christopher Plummer, 86 years old. But they have a couple of things in common. One, the deep love of their craft. And two, they are both up way past their bedtimes. And tonight, the Lifetime Achievement Award will be presented to Mr. Martin Short. It's the Academy's way of saying, thank you so much, we've had enough. A little Don Rickles. As a friend, it's over. Ingenue Ellis is here tonight. Absolutely. She has done some powerful work in the Book of Negroes, which tells the story of a woman confronting the tragic legacy of racism in 18th century America. Oh, did I mention on the show Sunnyside, I play a talking manhole? That doesn't mean it's better, it's just different. Rossif Sutherland is here, nominated for his role in River. And he is here with his iconic father, Donald Sutherland, who has come to support his son. Not to compete with him like someone I know, Eugene Levy. Oh, and Catherine O'Hara is here tonight, the wonderful... That's a beautiful dress you have on, Catherine. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. But Catherine is an actress of extraordinary range, from her many characters on SCTV, of course, to her work in Best in Show and Home Alone, and perhaps her most remarkable performance to date as a title character in the Book of Negroes. I lost $1. It's been a busy weekend getting here. We lost an hour. As you know, daylight savings time went into effect last night. I give it 6 months. And I'd like to take a brief moment, as all moments are, I suppose, to thank my writers. You know, the writers are so specialized these days. There's a joke writer, he gives you jokes. There's a gag writer, he gives you gags. There's a head writer, he gives you... What I'm saying is things are they're specialized. Well, we're going to start the show, but I was... It hasn't started yet, you didn't know. I saw a wild look of alarm cross your eyes. But I was backstage yesterday, and we were doing rehearsals, and I asked, what is the statuette called? And they said, it's called the Canadian Screen Award. And I said, well, that seems kind of dull. Like, what? That's the name of the award? And they said, well, we've been bandying around different names, but none of, they said in Canada it takes a long time to get stuff done and stuff. But one of them that they said, one of them they mentioned was the Candy. And I think John Candy, I mean, who doesn't love John Candy? So of course, this statuette should be called the Candies. So what I'm asking you to do is, if you are a presenter, ignore the teleprompter and say, the candy goes to. And if you are lucky enough to win one, go, I won a candy. What do you think of that? Can you go along with that? Excellent. That would make us a better nation. I am not here to upbraid. However, I think I made it quite clear that these awards should be referred to as the Candies. A 9-year-old child knew. Are you so burdened with this preposterous technology? So I would like not to see that again. Backstage I was thinking how different things are since I moved to the United States. Now I'm in the United States. One thing I've noticed about films, I don't like foreign films anymore. They're all like artsy, kind of not my cup of tea. But when I grew up in Ottawa, by God, I loved foreign films. Star Wars, Smokey and the Bandit. Do you remember that one? Here to present our next award, the Candy. And this will be the end of my upbraiding, I hope. Is an accomplished actor. All right. Hey, before we go on any further, how about a hand for the band, huh? Good job, guys. George St. Kitts and the Candy Band. Who can take a sunrise? Come on, guys. Sprinkle it, but they can't. Well, whatever. Well, our next presenters are political people. And it made me think, because I was just told Cape Breton Island, I don't know if you know this, but they are offering sanctuary to anyone that lives in America after Trump is elected president by a landslide. And I agree with this in principle, but why Cape Breton Island? I mean, can't I just flee to Toronto? Do I have to leave the fucking planet? I just go to Baffin Island while I'm at it. All right, now welcome to the stage, two Canadian. Oh, the Candies are going great so far, aren't they? I would like to say to Eugene Levy that there's no reason to be ashamed of your son. My son only this morning punched me in the chest really hard. Listen, I have some good news. I just found out that all of you here tonight will be getting a swag bag. Yeah. Just like the Oscars. I haven't seen one yet, but why don't we take a look and see what you're getting? I'm going to call Megan, our golden girl, out. Megan, our golden girl? Hi, Megan. Come on out here. Ah, you brought the swag bag. Yes, can you hold it open? And then I'll take things out of the swag bag. What do we have here? A loose pancake. What else we got here, Megan? We got, this looks cool. It's a CD, you know what they are, of Nelly Furtado singing all the national anthems. Torn from today's headlines. See what else we have. We have this. Yes, this. This is a bottle of Eau de John Cherry Cologne. It's for the gentleman in the audience. Now, what else do we have? Hopefully something a little funnier than the last one. Here. We have a 30-minute massage from producer Robert Lantos. Don't try to go for 50. You only can hit 30. Now, what else do we have here? Oh, a curling stone. You know what these are made of? I always took them for granite. Last time I take a joke from Martin Short. All right. Megan, just do some house cleaning here. Having a hand for Megan, our Golden Globe. A natural mistake. Now, please welcome one of Canada's... All right. I want to apologize for running out earlier. I don't know if anybody saw that. But, you know, these things happen in live TV, and it reminds me actually of a maxim that Christopher Plummer told me many years ago. He said, before a live awards ceremony, do not eat a fistful of LSD. Take that with you. I'm sorry, Jacob. How's Jacob doing? Hey, Jacob. Congratulations, buddy. This must be like deja vu for you, being stuck in a room for so long like this. All right, folks, please welcome. All right. Listen, guys. For some reason, I've been told to stretch. So, I've never tried that before. The show's over, folks. Good night. But for the first candies, respect, peace. The airplane I was flying, and you know they have those I was saying about I was talking about the emergency exit rows. Because the stewardess, that's where we all got into this mess in the first place. The stewardess or the flight attendant comes to you, and the flight attendant says to you, listen, in case the plane crashes and a flood of gray-black smoke races down the fuselage towards your lungs. Would you mind letting everyone else out before you? And then you say, yes, I will do that. Funny thing is, I was going to ask you if I could do that. That's the funny thing. Before you asked me, I was going to ask you because I feel it's well worth the extra 1.5 inches of leg room. Meanwhile, in real life, I'd be fucking kicking my own mother. I got the fuck out of here, you old whore. You lived a full life, goddammit. I used to be on TV. What the fuck? I get to go out first. Here's the thing. Also, that airplane, right? When that crashes, when the plane crashes, I feel that window may change locations. Like it might no longer be right beside you after the 9,000-mile-an-hour collision or whatever the fuck it is. I know it goes down fast and hard. I was listening to you listen to those warnings, and I guess I just block my ears to them because I've heard them so often. But there's one I'm sure you guys have all heard of, but for some reason I missed it. It says if the oxygen mask comes down, they go, if the oxygen mask comes down, be sure to put it on your own face before you put it on the face of your little child. And I was like, God damn, that was my plan. You have to blab it to everybody. But anyway, I think it's just to make you feel better because, there's things they tell you, They go, by the way, in case of a big crash, don't forget that your seat cushion is also a boat. Who the fuck believes that? Go, hey, honey, man, you're going to be cheap at the cottage this year. I just bought us 5 boats. And of course, that never happened. You ever hear fucking, hey, you turn on the news, hey, a plane crashed in the Pacific. But don't worry, everybody floating around on their fucking boats. They listen to the lady. Everything's cool, everything's fine. No, everything's, you have no chance. If a plane crashes, right? Think about this. You ever see a plane crash? They take pictures of it, videos. They don't care. And that's because you never see a body in a plane crash. And that's because the speed vaporizes everything so that there's nothing that even resembles a human being. It's just a whole bunch of, I don't know, it's stuff. It's stuff. That's what it is. It's a plane load of stuff. They go in, they go, God damn, there's a lot of stuff in this fucking plane. And then, the loved ones of the victims, they want the stuff. They don't call it stuff, they call it remains. It's a nice word for stuff. Ashes to ashes, stuff to stuff. They want the remains, and I understand that, you know what I mean? Like they go, oh, God, man, I can't get to sleep because my firstborn Mitchell, I love him so much, I can't even get to sleep because I keep thinking of his final minutes on that airplane. If only I could see his remains. I'd get a good night's sleep then. With that picture imprinted on my head. I'd be just like an Ambien. I'd be almost... Then I could put this whole thing behind me. And you're not going to get the real remains. It's not like they go on the plane and go, hey, look at that strawberry blonde lock of hair. I bet that belongs to Agnes from sitting over there. Didn't you find her shin bone earlier there, Jeff? Put that over there. Reconstruct that. What the fuck, are you crazy? They just go on the plane. They go, holy fuck, look at all this stuff. And then they go, here's the ID. It says NORM MACDONALD, 190 pounds. Okay, shovel 190 pounds of stuff into a bag. Let's go. Daylight's burning. Stamp Norm on the side of that one and send it off to his mother. His mother wants to see it. And then my mother gets it and goes, oh, excellent. Good. Wow. Now I can look back and laugh at it. Hey, I don't remember Norm having 3 eyeballs. I guess none of us really knew him after all. Each one a stranger from the other. God damn my fucking goddamn heel. Not my heel. What do you call those laces that tie your shoes? Laces, right. So I'm going to tie my shoes. Thank you. Oh my God, I gotta start training again. Fuck, man, I don't even want to think of what my abs look like now. The abs? Yeah, they were invented back in the 80s, I think. Yeah. You're right. What are you, some kind of ab history expert or something? Fucking facts? Here's the problem with abs, because I got 6 of them, you know? And the problem is I gotta wear a fucking shirt all the time. So I'll be hanging around and go, hey guys, what if I took my shirt off? And they're like, no, why? It's like when you have if a guy has a big cock, right? Now, I don't have a big cock. But if a guy has a big cock, how the fuck is the girl supposed to know? You know, like I know they say, look at the guy's feet, you know? And I don't know if that's true or not. I do know with ladies, however, and this is a thing for you men, a little tip. If you go into a bar, you're looking at women, right? Check out their feet. Because if they have big feet, they're going to have big tits. So trick. Anyways, but here's the thing about flying, and this is why I believe in God, because sometimes you survive an airplane crash, but only very seldom. Only when you crash into the Andes. Because God likes fucking jokes. And so he's like, fuck it, man, instead of killing them all, why don't I kill them? But first, make them wrestle with a moral quandary for 10 or 12 weeks. Cannibalism, the quandary of cannibalism, which I'm against. I guess most of you know that if you follow my career. On my anti-cannibalism work, I go from, and I'm not going to use this as some sort of bully pulpit to preach to you, you know what I mean? First of all, you're adults, and your views on cannibalism are not things that I'm going to change. I go to the youth, the young kids, you know, tell them. I travel all across this great continent, you know, except for Mexico. I don't know what I'm going to mention. But Canada and the United States. And all through this great continent, except for Mexico. I don't know. By the way, how did that even happen? I'm not a geography expert, but you got Canada, it's cool, right? And then America, it's cool. And then Mexico. I don't know, just dots. Dashes, I guess they call it nowadays. Now I can't remember what I was going to say. Oh, yes, cannibalism. So I travel from high school to high school, and I tell the kids, listen, it's not cool to be a cannibal. You know? I'm not going to lie to you. You know, you will be the talk of the school for a while. You know, you fucking ate a guy in PE, you know. But in the future, I'm talking about, you know, because they look back on your fucking Twitter and shit, and then they go, oh, what's this one? I ate a guy. The problem with the Andes and this moral quandary of cannibalism is that they don't start thinking about the moral quandary of cannibalism until they're in the Andes. And then their minds are mixed up because it's so cold. I am prepared for any eventuality. As I like to pride myself on that. At any eventuality. Like anytime I'm on an airplane, as soon as there's a little turbulence, I go, I'm eating that fucker in 14C. Fuck it, I saw him on the way in. That looks delicious. Big fat guy, god damn, he looks good. Mine. And as soon as we crash into the end, he's like pulling behind a fucking snowbank. And then everybody else would be, and then 60 days would pass. And everybody would be like, what do we do? Maddened by hunger, they're trying to make it. And I'd be like, brat. What was that again? What's the problem? Anybody want to do crunches? I feel like I need to do a few crunches. We're getting a little... And they go, okay, we've taken it to a vote. We're going to eat the corpses. Okay, where are the corpses? And I'm like, huh? Oh. Corpses, yeah. See, the thing is this. I know where there's a whole bunch of bones. A lot of meat on those bones, if you look. And then they can't do anything to me because fucking they haven't eaten in 80 days. I'll eat those fuckers. They're trying, right? I wrote all this shit down, right?
You. What up? All right. So, we got another one from Norm MacDonald.
Okay. The great Norm MacDonald.
Yes.
Yeah, man. What we got?
This is golf and Tiger Woods.
Okay. Yeah. Golf is a great sport, and Tiger Woods is one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Well, let's see what Norm's got to say, man.
Listen, man.
I think we need clap.
Ha ha ha!
Norm's right. I mean, what do you expect from Tiger Woods? Like, were people surprised when they found out this nigga was like fucking different? I think it was like porn stars too. He was fucking like all kind of porn stars.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's a wild story. It's a wild story, man. Yeah, a lot going on, man. And you know, it's just Tiger Woods. He's a mainstream. You know what I'm saying?
He was at the top of the
$1 million man. You know what I'm saying? $1 billion athlete. You know what I mean? Like you said, like Norm MacDonald said, he was the most faithful man on him. You know what I mean?
Statistically, he probably was. He's right. Millions upon millions of bitches.
Yeah, women.
He probably could have had.
Yeah,
probably only had like 50 or so. So statistically, yeah. Damn.
Yeah, that's funny, man. That Norm MacDonald, man. Like,
Norm don't care. Norm don't care.
When I look into your eyes, though, I'm not joking. When I
it's just I've never had a talk show host say that to me.
When I look into your eyes, I see.
And I've done hundreds of talk shows.
I see an eternal being.
Thank you, Norm. A lovely thing to say.
So, do you think there is such a thing?
And as what? As a supreme being?
No, an eternal being.
I think we all are.
Oh,
what surprises you about me?
What surprises
you about me?
You mean just during this interview?
Just in general.
You seem kind.
That's surprising?
Uh-huh. Because I would think you were cold.
Right.
And yet you're warm.
Oh, thank you.
And in your eyes, I always go by eyes.
Again,
I always go by eyes.
You should.
And it's
what if someone's blind?
It's not sexual. It's not only sexual.
What if someone's blind?
My dad knew a blind man, and my dad was in the war. He was, he was a double generation older than I. He had me when he was 50, so he was in.
That explains a lot.
He was in the great one, and all his friends were old.
Right.
And so.
Wayne Gretzky?
He had a
That's a good joke.
So he had a blind friend, and he come over, and my dad said, "Do you want a Coke, Elmer? RC Cola." Oh, God damn. We don't got no RC Cola. We got Coca-Cola, the gold standard.
Right.
And this blind bastard wants an RC. So go down to Avonmore, take him, pick up an RC. Well, that's a 1.5 mile walk.
Right.
So I walk with this blind son of a bitch. And he says to me, he wants me to describe everything. So I said, okay, well, on the left there's some cows lowing, and, you know, there's a fence. He goes, is it like a wood that's near petrified? I said, yes, it is. And how big is it? 3 feet. I said, John Neil Margerison used to own this land. He said, I don't want to hear that. He says, just tell me what is. And so all of a sudden, I saw things as they were. I was very young, but I'll never forget that. Because I had to see for this blind man, I had to see and describe not my opinions, you know.
Right.
So when I went by John Neil Margerison's house a half a quarter later,
right,
I didn't mention John Neil or anything. I just described the house,
right,
because that's all he wanted to see. And then I began to realize that life is what is, not what you think it is, or not even what it appears to be sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you would agree that your life or my life is just a series of facts, a series of incidents. It's not what you dream or hope or believe, it's what you do.
I would say the exact opposite.
What do you think it is?
First of all, you mean to tell me this does not end with we suddenly realize, why the hell are we getting this blind man a different brand? That's not the punchline?
Oh, no, there's no punchline.
Oh, my God. I thought I was being... Didn't you see a million miles away?
1,000%.
Why are we getting a different brand Coke for a blind man? That's not where we're going?
Well, he didn't... His sense of taste was expanded. He doesn't drink it through his eyes.
I guarantee you could fool a blind person with an off-brand Coke. But anyway, let's go back to your question. Is life the facts, or is it what we think it is? And I would, to me, the facts are somewhat irrelevant. And what you dream, hope, imagine is the reality. Our life is the perfect testament to that, because everything we are is only because we imagined it.
Yes, but you imagined it into being, and so the being is what's important.
Yeah, no. Because the imagined made it.
What if you just sit at home and imagine things on your chair? Are you just a person sitting on a chair, or are you what is in your mind, the imaginings of your soul?
The imaginings. The real world is not this.
Mm-hmm.
These are props. This is the trunk.
Is this
the act is in here.
Is this the real world?
If you were really funny, you would have poked me like Mo.
I mean, there's a reason that we don't look at each other in the chest. Isn't there?
Yeah, but we take notice of the chest. Oh. We look in the eyes, but we also look around.
You like a chesty lady, right? I'm not.
Oh, God.
I know it's time to close my eyes to what ends. Open up to new friends. Leave my heart in Berlin, where the tables turning, seeking up.
What's next for Jerry Seinfeld?
We'll find out. After this?
No.
Oh.
Because you're a young man.
I'm 62.
What? Really?
62.
Look how looking it. Look good.
Yeah.
Looks a lot better than me, and I'm 68. Dreamlike.
How fast did that go?
I found it dreamlike.
Me too. It's a wonderful thing.
Yeah. There's something beautiful about this one.
I'm so
not
glad.
joking. I'm not being ironic.
No, I really loved it too. It was great.
Oh, that's great.
So
Too bad this guy was here.
Yeah.
Our next roaster used to be on Saturday Night Live. Now he just watches it. Well, up until last week when a hooker stole his TV. Please welcome the incoherent Norm MacDonald.
Norm MacDonald is here, one of the funniest people ever. Norm's got a giant gambling problem. He's dropped more coin in a casino than Michael J. Fox at a parking meter. It's a fucking roast. Groany, groan, groan.
Norm MacDonald's so stoned he thinks he's at a roast for Bob Seger. I love you, Norm. Wow, you never come out, Norm. You're like the J.D. Salinger of dick jokes. What's the over-under tonight? What's going to happen, Norm?
No, I wanted to read something funny, so I'm reading Marmaduke.
Oh, my God. This is what happens when you book a dais off Craigslist. Bob Saget directed Norm MacDonald's movie Dirty Work. Yeah. A move that transformed Norm MacDonald into a star, Buck's employee.
Did you say something after Star?
Norm MacDonald is here. He does an amazing Burt Reynolds impression. And by that, I mean he's not in movies anymore either.
Normie MacDonald. I've never met you before, but I want you to know I'm carrying mace.
Jim Norton is a pervert. He's a necrophiliac. Last night he fucked Norm MacDonald in his career.
Norm can't stay much longer. He has to get his suit back to his father's coffin.
Norm MacDonald. Norm, too bad this isn't a real roof you could jump over after that set.
Norm MacDonald, God bless you. Watching your set was like watching Henry Fonda pick blueberries.
Why, I don't think there's a person in here that would not love to watch Henry Fonda pick blueberries.
You know who you look like in profile? Brando.
Oh, Marlon Brando?
Yeah.
Towards the end?
I'm not kidding.
Because it's funny with Saturday Night Live, isn't it? The people that either they go on to huge fame or they fizzle into oblivion generally.
Yeah, yeah. And it's...
then there's me.
And then there's you.
No, but...
It won't go away. Come on, baby.
This is the New York Times bestseller list, not the New York News.
Yes, New York Times bestseller list. And by the way, I didn't know...
I call it the New York News rather than New York Daily News.
Well, that's great. Anyway... That's Don Rickles channeling me. God bless Don Rickles. I love him so much. I know it's in my fiber uncontrollably. Well, that's good.
Look at you. How's this? How's it doing? Hello, ice cream. Having a good time? Running around?
What are you laughing at? Because I called your friend a fat pig, huh? You think that's funny?
Oh, no, I was just laughing earlier when you were talking to his belly.
You get a horse and live in the mountains someplace and don't bother anybody. Got a personality like a dead moth. What's the matter with you? Have you always been like this? How you got this movie, I'll never know.
You're a hot fucking piece of ass.
Look at that. I do all my shopping at the mall. Have you ever been to Forever 41?
Forever 41?
Norm, you're dressing like you're going to help somebody move. You're wearing sweatpants to the biggest show in YouTube history.
This is the biggest show on the internet.
You dress like you're going to paint the set.
He can't help himself.
Norm, thanks for dressing up.
Hey, Sarah, listen, man. Congratulations. That's the 100th time that joke's been done tonight.
You're putting your life on it. You dressed like horseshit tonight.
No, that was Adam Egan's fault. That was Adam Egan's fault. I told you to bring a wardrobe. Some kind of a host coat. But that was Adam Egan's fault. You got a thing with a hood. But that was Adam Egan's fault. But then you're reading these. This is you.
It's true I have a small world. But I now live in a community. And I have my mother who lives in the next building.
Mm-hmm. Are you in a condo?
Yes, I have a condo, and then my mother has a condo.
What time do you go to bed at? No, what time do you wake up in the morning?
It depends on when I go to bed, but I go to bed pretty late.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, because you know what
So you're done cuddling with your mom, and it's lights out about what time?
My mom goes to bed early.
So it's back to the unit.
But
Mom,
remember,
I got to stay up and gamble.
remember, I live in a different place than my mother.
That's not what I hear.
Sleep in a different bed.
That's not the way I heard it. But I may be wrong. Is there gambling?
Me.
Is there daily gambling going
you have
on?
me like Norman Bates.
Let's see now your montage. This is very exciting for me because I never got a chance to see us.
I trimmed the fat. I think I got a nice short package here of all
You
the greatest
trimmed the
hits.
fat.
So
Let's
if
take
we
a
could,
look.
let's roll the clip of the first day of the Masters.
Thanks for doing this.
Yeah.
I'm up to 243.
This guy says, you guys are really going at those sandwiches. Boy, those salt and pepper ones are peppermint. Actually.
Listen, it's not your fault. Whatever. It's funny, I guess. I love it. That fucking thing went viral.
There's a good chance it might.
You see your face?
Oh yeah, it's me with a huge fat fucking face.
Yeah, I didn't want to be the one to say it.
Yeah, I've been having a lot of trouble. My doctor, he said he's not a very nice guy. He said, open your mouth and say oink.
Yeah, you need to get better insurance, Norm.
Insurance? He was calling me a fat pig.
Well, I mean, nobody's going to disagree with him.
Oh, chasm.
I'm sorry, Norm. I've got an acid tongue.
You do. You're an acid-tongued Arab. So he said, yeah, he said, it's going to be a pretty wild party. You know, I'm not used to wild parties. I said, what is a wild party there? You know, I don't get out much. He says, oh, you know, he's like a little drinking, a little fighting, a little fornicating, you know? I said, wow, man, that sounds pretty good. I said, what time should I show up? He goes, anytime, it's just the two of us. Now,
You came over, didn't you?
A little fighting, a little fornicating. What's he, an old pirate all of a sudden? Ah.
you notice how I didn't say it's 11?
Hey!
I was working at Art's
The deli coffee shop,
deli
yeah.
and coffee shop, bussing tables. So Andy comes up to me and he goes, "Hey man, I got a way to make some money." I said, "What is your way?" He goes, "I'm going to become a male prostitute." So he comes to me the next day and he says, "Hey, I'm buying breakfast." I says, "Why is that?" He says, "I made $450.05 last night." And I said, "Well, who on earth gave you 5 cents?" He said, "Every one of them."
He says he's mature, and I think it's because he's telling my grandfather's jokes. Stop it! Both of you! Whoa!
I'm sorry to interrupt, but they were doing my mic backstage, and I really just caught the end of that joke. Do you mind repeating it? Is that okay?
Yeah, start that again, would you, Norm?
Something about a Swedish.
Yeah, there was a Swedish German guy named Andy Richter. That was a 40-minute story!
It's like somebody.
Youthful pointless?
Youthful purpose.
Yes!
It's like somebody saying, "I got to show you something." They take on a 4-mile hike to show you a dog turd. Look at it. Okay.
Well, there's your reel for CBS.
I have not seen you in so long.
I know, it's been a
And
while.
I love you. Makes me very sad now that you're
I've gained
a
45
man,
pounds.
I don't care. A man as brilliant as you are is doing a podcast for 18 people. And Kim Kardashian's mother has a talk show. That your asswipe producer just held up a sign, "Let's take a break." Where are we going? We're talking to 6 people. You know, we could get on a bus right now, the 3 of us, and yell out the window and reach more people.
Oh, this is.
But
this
look
is
at
your
the camera.
Oh, this is Norm MacDonald's.
Norm's first talk show. It's like a
It's a
talk
podcast.
show. It's like a talk show that you would deliver to millions of people, so the next day they would respond, except we're reaching about 50. Most of them are prisoners. Some of them are dangerous.
I think we have some questions.
From who?
Well, from people, from the 7 people watching the podcast.
Why do you say there's only 7?
Well, he said 7. I just thought he did.
I didn't say 7. I said 50.
All right, well, 50.
7 would be bullshit.
We've been down this road together. We've been seeing the colors fade.
You know that I introduced you and Kevin Nealon to each other?
Yeah, I do. I know that. I knew a lot of things before you started doing this stupid podcast. Let me tell you something. Why don't you get something that is semi-professional? You're a bunch of asswipes. Right now I'm getting on a bus and I'm going to scream out the window and I'll reach 20 more people than you did tonight. I'm telling you, don't ever call me again. Don't ever try to get a hold of me. I will never do this show again as long as I live.
You know, I took one puff. I have an oral fixation, my doctor tells me, which is not good.
How did he know that?
I was sucking his.
Hey, yo!
I was.
What's going on, Lenovo Squad? My name is Novo. Welcome back to the channel. So today we're watching this video right here, which is called Norm MacDonald Live. Is the funniest podcast of all time. Anyways, without further ado, here we go.
Hey, for the 9th consecutive year, Nick, JetBlue Airlines ranked first for satisfaction among all North American airlines. But you know what ranked least in satisfaction? 9/11 Airlines. What a terrible name for an airline. It reminds me of that tragedy.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, 9/11. Yeah, no. Don't laugh at 9/11 again. 9/11.
Yo, stop. That's crazy. Why would you joke about that? Oh, my God.
I tried to tell him not to laugh.
Adam.
I know. I walked through blood and bones in the streets of Manhattan trying to find my brother.
Jesus.
Yeah, he was in northern Canada.
Come on, man.
Do you want to hear my impression of the
That's going to be you if you don't lose weight.
Do you want to hear my impression of the 9/11 call from Johnny Carson?
911 call.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. But 9/11 was a national tragedy.
Yes, it was.
Why do you laugh at that?
You said me.
Johnny Carson
Worse.
died at 80 years old.
Okay, Johnny Carson died at 80 years old. Would you like to hear my impression?
Yeah, he messed up his own joke.
With us, the Iron Horse of broadcasting.
It's iron. You don't pronounce it iron.
That's what everybody tells me.
It's the Iron Horse. Like Lou Gehrig was the Iron Horse of baseball.
Yes.
The word IRON is
Iron.
No, iron.
Iron.
Right. Not. It should be iron. That's what makes English the world's toughest language.
Yeah.
You know, right? Sure.
It is the
Because
toughest
toughest
language.
language
To me,
to
it's the
learn.
easiest.
Yeah.
It's cast iron.
It's cast iron.
Iron.
Cast iron grilling grates that are
kidding when you say iron?
You know what? Don't be like fucking Larry King. That I say iron and he's up my asshole for fucking 4 days.
But here's the thing.
10 long.
I know to smoke.
I'll smoke it for you. If you
No.
all right.
No, I'm trying to.
I just figured it would be rude not to offer you a light.
It's nice, but I'm trying not to. And I feel if I
Sitting there with a cigarette.
I feel if I took one puff. I have an oral fixation, my doctor tells me, which is not good.
How did he know that?
I was sucking his.
Hey, yo!
I was sucking his. Have you ever been with a porno girl?
Yes.
A professional pornography person?
Several times, yes.
Oh, several times. And how does that? See, that would intimidate me because I would think, you know how when you're in bed sometimes and you're like, you're doing something that you think you invented? Have you ever done that? And then
I did invent them. I'm still thinking that.
I believe it.
Because oftentimes it might have just been the pornographer's girl's husband that actually invented it. Well, I'm an old chunk of coal. I'm near 50. I'm on the same Viagra doses that they give to the donkey at the second show in Tijuana.
What?
My doctor told me.
That's not scary being a stand-up for you.
No. You know what I think? Like people's fear, like they always go like, number one fear, public speaking.
Right.
To me, it would be bowel cancer or something. Like I sometimes.
That's good. It was in a movie, wasn't it? Where like the.
Was it about his own cancer?
Oh, it was in a Pink Panther movie, I think, where the parrot told him
recognize
where
him.
like the bad guy was or something because he was in there listening.
One of the Peter Sellers one?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
shit.
think that was in one of those.
No, the Steve Martin one.
You know, it was the I was just referring to the cartoon or the movie.
That was good.
Business news: Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg is facing a $1 billion tax bill this year.
He's almost
He
getting
pays $1
sued
billion
about something.
in taxes.
In tax. That's a lot of money.
Good problem to have, right,
Yeah,
Tom?
that's not bad.
God damn.
Absolutely. $1 billion.
$1 billion. That's more than my dad made in his lifetime.
Yeah.
I think that these super billionaire guys keep themselves unknown so we don't find out and go to their house.
Oh, yeah.
Don't
He's
you?
probably not the real, he's just sort of like the, there's much bigger billionaires.
You think
than
there's
these
bigger
guys?
guys?
Oh, I think they're living on an island. So.
I know you're new to this. I'm going to teach you something. One of the first things in hosting an interview show is to listen.
What's that now?
The whole motto of my whole broadcasting career. That's why I don't like a lot of guys on the air now, is that I never learned anything when I was talking.
Can I interrupt you there?
Yeah. You do. We know why people are gay. You don't know. Do you know why you're heterosexual? You don't know why.
No, I don't know. Wow.
Maybe the abnormal gene would be hetero.
That's true. Hey, maybe the normal gene would be those
Maybe
ladies
it would be
that
normal to be gay.
that cut their cocks into vaginas.
No, if you're looking to make it in standard television, you're not going the right route.
no.
You're not going the right route. Mike was a grand guy. I said he had dementia at the end. That's funny to you. You know, McDonald, I want to tell you.
No, it's a very odd thing to say.
If you're looking to broaden your horizons, I don't think it's wise to laugh at someone who had dementia.
He's been trying to get up.
Like I'm a Christian, right? I
didn't know that. Are you a Christian?
Yes.
Do you watch the gladiators and things like that?
What the I mean?
Christians.
No, I just go to military funerals and go No.
No, bro. All right, Joe, so that was the video called Norm MacDonald Live is the funniest podcast of all time. It is one of the funniest podcasts that I've actually seen quite some time. Like, y'all, so I gotta be honest with y'all guys. So usually on days when I don't really, I'm not really in a good mood, I try to not to film whatever, but I just don't want to be lacking in the videos as far as the consistency, whatever, etc., because I want to keep you guys, informed and entertained. But the exact same time, I'm still trying to focus on my health and things like that. But it's just I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to have an excuse, whatever. But it just there are the days when I just don't feel like it. But yeah, I mean. But I'm not trying to say, overall I didn't have a great time. It's just, I'm just letting you guys know in the future if I don't actually upload in a few days, I'm not really in a good mood or anything like that. So yeah. With that being said, and before we go, make sure you guys send me some video requests and everything, because I feel like I am running somewhat of ideas, whatever. I'm not really sure if I actually said that in the beginning of this video or not, but I'm just trying to, get you guys a reminder. Anyways, if you guys really enjoyed this reaction today, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Let me know in the comment section down below what you to react to next. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, my name is Nova, and I'll see you guys next episode. Peace!
I like some pornography, sometimes I just get so repelled by it, Oh, you ever have those friends of yours go, hey man, I got a video of a guy fucking a pig. You're like, I don't care, yeah, it's on my computer. I
I'm a computer expert. Yeah, I'm right into the computer. I got snakes coming out of ladies' asses, all kinds. I can show it to you. Come on in mine. I'm like, no, that's all right. I don't want to see it. Some guy fucking a pig, man. I didn't even think that was real. You know, that's bestiality, right? That's what they call it. Bestiality. That's a real thing, man. I never heard of a dude doing that. Like, nobody. I know a lot of people, man. None of them, to my knowledge, have ever fucking animal. You know what I mean? I never even heard a guy knew a guy. You know what I mean? But I know that people fuck animals on account of they got that word bestiality. You know what I mean? That's not easy getting a fucking word. You know what I mean? It's hard getting a word going. They had to have calls at the goddamn dictionary office going, hey man, what the fuck am I supposed to say when I fuck my animal? I got no word for that. You guys gotta put a word there in the dictionary. I got some lobby going there because people are fucking animals. I don't understand. I feel sorry for the animal because that's not consenting. And, you know, also, man, can you imagine if you're a pig, you know, and you're having sex with a beautiful lady, right? And then, afterwards, you gotta go home and fuck a pig. Right? Before, you didn't know. You were like, hey, this pig's all right? You don't know it's a dirty pig. And then you're having sex with a beautiful lady, and then they're like, yeah, go fuck pigs again. You're like, you dirty bastard. You burned me. What if you're watching, get this, man, what if you're watching one of those movies, right? And you're saying, hey man, there's a pig fucking a lady. And then you're like, hey, wait a second. That's that lady that wouldn't dance with me last Friday. She's fucking a pig, man. She wouldn't dance with me. It's terrible. I'm just editing. Just dirty for no reason. But that computer stuff, that is just all filth, you know? I don't see anything. Everybody says, oh man, everything's gonna be different. Everything, if you get a computer, then I get a computer, I go, well, what the fuck do I do with it? And they go, hey, you can email people. It's amazing. You write in there, and then it goes into people, and I'm like, well, what about a fucking phone, man? That seems more amazing to me. I hear a dude's voice in China. Right? They invented that like a couple hundred years ago. That could have been 2 million. But you know, no matter what your sexual proclivity, is that a word, proclivity? I know it's a word, but I don't know what it means. I only know 9-10 words, but I bank on other people not knowing them too. But whatever your sexual, as long as you don't, have sex with animals. I think that's terror. I think it's the wrong thing because they're not, maybe they're consenting, but we don't know. The animals could be going, hey, I don't know why people are stopping this. I said yes. No means no. I said fucking oink. That's what I say when I want to get fucked. Oink. But since there's no way of telling if they're consenting. I'm like that Harvard professor, Art Miller, talking about law. But anyway, the point is this. The whole point is this. I don't know what that means. I just get one of those flashbacks. Rocky Mountain drinking water. You ever get those, some of them are like glacier, it's all water, right? They don't actually go to a glacier. They don't go over to the Rocky Mountains to get this water, right? You just get it, you get it over at Ralph's. That's your bullshit. Anyway, I say, everybody's the same, and, well, not everybody, but I guess nobody's really the same. I take it back. I gotta come up with some opinions. That's my problem. I got no opinions. The guy tells me one thing, I'm like, yeah, that's right. The guy can come up and go, hey, you know, abortion, man, that's a woman's right to choose what she does with her body. I'm like, you're fucking right. And another guy go, hey, it's baby murder. I go, good Christ, is it? Yeah, it's terrible. I don't know which is right. I don't know how people come up with these opinions. I have no idea. What? You say my name? Hi, how you doing? Is that all you've come up with? This is my name? Is that all you're going away with?
Suck it!
Last time I heard this noise, I was raped afterwards. Getting raped. I'll tell you something about getting raped, man. It's not all it's cracked up in here. That's why I don't want to go to prison, man. Getting raped. God damn. You know? And they know it, those fucking guys, you know? They're like, they know that that's the real punishment. But they don't say it, you know? But they know. You know, they're always like, oh, how terrible it is to lose your freedom. What the fuck is that? You just read a book and work out in the gym and shit like that, you know? But the real punishment is, yeah, they get fucked in the ass. But the judge, he doesn't even bring it up, you know what I mean, at the sentencing. He doesn't even mention it to you. There's probably some guys don't even know what's going on, going to happen, you know? They're like, all right, I'll go in there for a couple of years. First night, get fucked in the ass by 10 guys, you know? Next day, they see them there in the cafeteria. They're like, hey! You guys were way out of line last night. Let me tell you something. It's ridiculous. I have a good mind to go to the Word about this. I can't believe it. Unbelievable, you guys. A lot of growing up to do, I'll tell you that right now. Unbelievable. You know what's interesting about rape, guy-on-guy rape? Never happens with gay guys. It's straight guys, right? Straight guys rape each other. Isn't that kind of odd? And gay guys don't. Maybe with gay guys, no one's ever said no. I don't know. I have no idea. God bless gay guys. I know a lot of them. They're all good guys, you know, funny guys. One time I saw, you ever see a gay pride parade? That's taking a little too far to be being proud or something like that. Because, that's just what you are, man. You're gay. How can you be proud of that? You know what I mean? That's like saying, hey, man, I'm proud of being in English. God damn. I gotta tell you something. I speak English. I can't tell you. My heart wells with pride about that, man. I talk English every goddamn day. I don't get that. How can you be proud of that? I went to a gay pride parade, man. I seen a guy, they have the parents of the gay guys, you know. God bless them, man. Because some of these guys, and they hold these banners, say, I'm proud of my gay son, you know. And some of these motherfucking guys, you know, you can tell they were in the war and shit, you know. They never thought they'd be out with a banner saying, I'm proud of my gay son. You know, the mothers are nice, the guys are like, kind of proud of them, I guess. But seriously, are they actually, bragging about their son being gay? Or they down at work, hey, Billy, man, I gotta tell you something about Jimmy. God damn, we're so proud of him. He graduated Harvard last year, first in the class. God damn smart kid, man. He's articling now, over in the Cambridge area. Oh, my God, next year he should be a full partner. Oh, hey, did I mention that he sucks cock? Oh, yeah. Oh, man, this guy loves cock in his mouth, his ass. It's unbelievable. Here, I got a picture of him here. Yeah, here's the guy with 5 cocks in his mouth. Right there, look at that. goddamn that guy. I don't know how he does it, but I am just so proud of that picture. That's the picture I'm most proud of. Him blowing 5 dudes. God bless gay guys. You know, they make me laugh because, you know, I don't like homophobia because if you're mean to people, man, that's horrible, you know. So I don't mean anything back. And I know people, you know, hate people for all kinds of reasons, you know. Some people hate people because they're a different color, black or white or something like that. I don't care if a guy's black, what. Hey, let me tell you something. I got a thing I realized. You know when a guy's racist is when he goes, if he says something like this. He goes, I don't care if a guy's black or white or brown, yellow, blue, green, or anything. You're like, what the fuck is green? I don't care if a guy's purple. Any of those goddamn non-human colors, all the same to me. Purple, black, same thing to me. If the guy's a black guy or a purple guy, I treat him the same. Isn't a purple guy? That's a fucking monster from outer space. Who the hell likes those guys? You gotta kill them. You gotta kill those guys, right? God bless gay guys. I'm fascinated by them. I got my friend, man. He's a gay guy. He thinks like I'm a gay guy. You know, a lot of gay guys think everybody's gay. Especially when they're fascinated. That's my most fascinating subject is gay guys because it's something like that I find hard to comprehend, you know, fucking another dude. So I'm like fascinated that this, you know, this is like a thing. Like if a guy tells me, hey, I play a lot of bridge, I'm like, whatever. But if a guy goes, hey, I love licking a guy's balls, you know, I'm like, well, that's a real interesting thing there, man. That's something else. I'm interested in that shit, you know, I'm really fascinated with that because it's a fascinating thing, you know. And you know, I just want to understand. I try to understand, you know, because it's interesting, you know, very, very interesting stuff, you know. And one thing I do realize about gay guys is one of them gets gypped, you know, when there's 2 gay guys. That's for goddamn sure. One of those guys is having a grand old time, you know. The other guy, man, he got the wrong end of the thing. I don't know how they figure it out, man, but one guy gets to use his cock. It's a huge advantage in a relationship. You get to use your cock. You know? One guy says, hey, I'll tell you what, man, I'll use my cock. How about you use the inside of your ass? The guy's like, I'm not sure that's fair, man. Are you sure this will be as fun for each of us here? Because I'll tell you, man, a guy's cock, it likes everything, you know? Really, when you come down to it, you could fuck a chocolate cake, you know? It'd be all right. You go, hey, it's my companion. It's a chocolate cake. I fuck it, you know? I fuck it. Yeah, we have a lot of fun doing the chocolate. You know, because the cock is a thing, just gets along with everybody. Easy going. Hey, man, I'm a happy-go-lucky guy. But the inside of your ass, completely different. You know? Very picky, very, kind of a loner, you know? Kind of just, I'm all right over here. And then there's gay ladies too, lesbians, you know, that I think like for mainstream America, they're easier to accept, you know, because, you know, there's no like anal tearing and stuff, so basically I don't know what they do. I guess they just like lick each other or something, I don't know. They can't fuck because they got no cock. So I don't know how they can't have sex, right? All they can do is go buy a cock. They go to like stores. You know what, man, I hate that real cock, but I love that big fake plastic cock. It's too complicated for me to understand. I'm saying like things that are completely ill-informed. But I'm just trying to figure it out. Oh, God bless, though. God bless everyone.
Hi, Norm.
Norm!
We did it. We did it.
Yeah, we did it. Yeah, nice to finally meet you.
Hi, Norm. Nice to meet you finally. Come have
Come
a
on
seat.
in.
This is Bobby.
You're right. You're in the comfy chair.
Yeah, we're going to give you the comfier chair. Which is that? That's that one
There.
with the FS1 pillow. You can take that.
No, really?
Oh yeah.
I can take the pillow?
Take it.
If you want it.
Yours. You think we're keeping any of this? We're going to burn this down.
You know, I always thought I should have stolen stuff from SNL.
Yeah.
You know, I took no pictures. I wrote this book, and they're like, "Hey, you got any pictures?" I go, "I got nothing," because it was before you could take pictures with your phone. So you would have to have a camera.
Yeah, like an actual
camera. Yeah.
And then go get it developed at like the CVS.
Yes. Yeah, and the guy takes it through a curtain, some Asian guy, and
Yeah.
you're
He
like,
develops it.
when does that come back? It's like,
It'll be back in a week.
But it was exciting though,
Yeah.
back then.
We
'Cause
have.
you'd come back.
If you're interested, we figured you might be interested.
Oh yeah.
in this, especially this one. I mean, that's comedy, but this is also that's a little piece of our history there.
Yes, sir. Well, Snowbird she starts with, which is the only song I know.
And then
Why
the
does
last
Anne
song.
Murray not have a residency in Vegas? Could she not
Yes,
sell
right?
out?
she should
Maybe
be
on
able to. You're
Fremont?
right. Or even Fremont. But even what's that place? The other people do it.
Oh.
That town. My phone, I gotta check my phone.
Branson.
Yeah,
Missouri.
Branson.
Yeah, right.
Anne Murray.
Yeah.
Anne Murray must have a following.
Yeah, she would be good there.
You know, Gordon Lightfoot is just.
He's hanging on by a thread.
That's for sure.
Yeah, he still does his Massey Hall thing every
Yeah,
year,
yeah.
And I don't think it's. I think it's a
No.
little shaky now.
But what a writer that guy was. You know,
Oh, yeah.
when I first heard that wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, I thought it was from 1700.
Right.
It turned out it was like from 1975. I'm like, what?
I know. Exactly.
But the lines in that song are like, oh my God.
incredible.
Where
It
does
holds
God
up.
go when the something?
Yeah, something.
I heard Burton Cummings.
Fitzgerald.
I heard Burton Cummings do a hilarious thing. It was he did.
great.
He did an impression. You know, he's had such a great voice, Burton Cummings.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, he just ragged on Gordon Lightfoot. Then he did an impression of Gordon Lightfoot doing Maggie May.
Oh, really?
And he's like, how does Maggie May go again? What's the line in Maggie? What's one line in Maggie May?
Hey there, Maggie. I wish I had something to say to you.
Yeah, you say it.
It's late
Hey
September.
there, Maggie, I wish I had something to say to you. It's late
Hey, you.
September. So it's like super non-sexy and.
Don't worry about this. Just keep your.
Oh, I get my coffee?
Yeah,
Maybe I.
take this.
Oh,
home.
this is all right.
And you
Okay.
can.
All right, buddy. All right.
We're fine.
So I'm just
Just
sitting
hold
here
on
with
to your
it.
record. No, you're actually promoting
Why don't
an
I
old
promote
Anne
this?
Murray record.
Sales have been dropping a little.
Okay.
She's beautiful though.
Yeah.
Didn't she do a duet with Kenny Rogers? Did she do a duet with
I don't
Kenny
know
Rogers?
about that one.
I can't remember.
She did a duet with someone.
She's got a good head of hair, though.
Yeah.
Does she ever, huh?
She's a handsome woman.
Handsome woman, good golfer.
She's a handsome
She's
golfer.
a good. She's like a scratch golfer, apparently.
My friend was at, she's a girl, and she was at some guy's house. So anyways, the guy is a secret gay guy, and then the woman is a secret woman like her.
Like a lesbian.
A lesbian.
Yeah,
Secret woman.
She's a lesbian. Yes, yes. I should be wearing this. This is
yeah. You don't have to wear that, but it's.
No, it's ridiculous.
But we
It
did
looks
enjoy
ridiculous.
it on the herd. We did enjoy it.
So she, wait, what was I talking about?
Oh, the secret
secret woman
lesbian.
Oh yeah, so my friend was there, right? And the wife goes up to her, and she says, "Do you watch the LPGA? Do you follow the LPGA?" Which apparently is some code.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So my friend, this girl, she goes, "Well, sometimes, you know." And then the girl's like, "Oh, it's really, something that you should really follow." Very entertaining.
All right, we're gonna do it.
We're gonna get going. Wait! I got. God damn, man. It's like I was saying on Saturday Night Live. You know, they've done it for 30 years, and everything's a panic.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's 10 seconds. They're screaming. You're like, fuck. You don't have everything ready yet?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Had 40 years to get this right. They're still trying.
You. What up? All right. We got another one from Norm MacDonald. Another one from Norm MacDonald on Dennis Miller Live. Another one of his appearances on Dennis Miller Live. Yeah. Norm on late night. Norm on late night. Norm could have been like a host. He could have had his own late night show. You know, I could have saw Norm, you know, having his own, you know, late night show. You know what I'm saying? He'll open up, you know, opening monologue would just be like his weekend update. Just be roasting different people. And then just get into the, you know, interviewing his guest or whatever. I can see that. I could have saw that. Man. But yeah, he's on Dennis Miller Live again. Let's check it out. Here we go.
Luckily, we have the good taste to bring tonight's guest back. Every season, he is as uncensored a wit as they come. His new sitcom, The Norm Show, is on ABC Wednesdays at 9:30.
The Norm
Please
Show.
welcome George Wendt, ladies and gentlemen.
The Norm Show.
They thought they were getting Georgie Wendt.
Norm got on the J's. He got on the 12s.
Norby, how you doing, man? How are you?
I'm all right. How's it going?
Year in, year out, my favorite guest.
All right, you're a good man.
Because you have no inner barometer of how far to go.
Well, no, because it's HBO. I like to be dirty, you know, and it's fun.
You know what you are? You're like a profane child. That's how I think of you, because you always say, I like to be dirty. Then you go up on this Pynchon-esque cock rant for like 3 minutes. Yeah, cocks are ugly, and Joe Campbell's a cock, and you're always shuffling your feet. What are you nervous about? You're a star, for Christ's sake. How's that sitcom world? Is that hell, or do you like that over there?
It's not a lot of fun, but you know, it's good to do.
No, it's not on Ohlmeyer's. Has Ohlmeyer sent you a congratulatory telegram, or what word am I looking for there?
Ohlmeyer, I haven't heard any missive, I think.
Who's the Ohlmeyer at your network?
This lady, Jamie Tarsis.
She think you're funny?
Yeah.
Ohlmeyer's not even there anymore, isn't it? It was one of his last official duties to whack you?
Yeah. He took off, and they got this other guy, I think it's maybe Sammy Sosa.
Scott Sassa.
Scott Sassa.
All right, now I want to do a Rorschach thing. What flashes into your mind when I say bad taste? What do you find bad taste?
Well, there was this performance art guy I remember in New York that his whole big thing was he'd take a picture of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ of Nazareth, and then
that's Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And then his whole act is he'd piss on it with his cock.
Wow, you know, at least he showed respect. He could have pissed with his, what, arm?
You're right. So I thought that was really in horribly bad
That's over
taste.
the line, as far
Yeah,
as-
because Jesus Christ, you know, he died for the guy's sin, and then the guy pisses on his picture. And it was a picture of Jesus dying for his sins. Like he was on the cross going, oh, I'm dying for the guy's sins. And then this guy's like pissing all over it. But, you know, when Judgment Day comes, he's going to have to face Jesus Christ of Almighty of Nazareth, you know.
And Jesus is going to say, hey, asshole, what's with the peeing on my picture?
That negates every other good thing he ever did, you know. It's like, you don't piss on my picture.
Yeah. You don't want to come up to the gates of heaven, God's leaning there with a nunchuck strapped around his neck, you know. How do you
go, I'll have some performance art for you while the fucking devil shoves some coal up your ass.
As I said before, the childlike outro. But effective. How do you define bad taste? Is it like beauty? Is it in the eye of the beholder or what?
Yeah, it kind of is. You know, it depends on what people... Some people, like, get all upset over certain words. Like, they think that... Like, girls all the time, man, when I'm talking to them, like, if I go, hey, how about you and I, like, fuck, you know? and then the girl always goes, like, I don't fuck, I make love. I make love. And I go, I don't care, whatever you want to call it, as long as my dirty cock's involved, you know? I don't care. I'm not gonna get in a semantic argument. Or, you know, you can call making a grilled cheese sandwich as long as there's a lot of me doing that
kind of thing. Now, what's the earliest into a hitting on a woman that you've ever said, I want to fuck you? Like how, you give it a couple minutes, right?
I try to get into it pretty quick. You know?
Throw that trump card down. No, you're in the game.
I don't, because I don't like. I don't ever ask them to. Would you like to have dinner? I don't really like having dinner with them, or having a drink with them, or anything like that. You know,
so that's your sort of exchange with women is.
Yeah, I say, hey, how about you and me fuck? And then they go, no. And then they go, how about we have dinner? And I go, I don't like dinner. You don't like fucking.
So it's pretty basic thing you have. Kind of a basic exchange.
I'm not good with girls.
When do you remember first being cognizant of bad taste? You know, because when you're a little kid, everything's kind of funny. You know, like farting is explosively funny.
Right.
When do you remember first being able to differentiate between bad taste and good taste?
I know when you're a kid, you'll say anything. Like, I don't remember much, but I have a little boy, you know, sweet little boy.
You have a son?
Yeah, he's a
Norm,
good boy.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
Yeah. You want to say hey to him?
Yeah, hey, well, you
he
better
can't
watch
this
this.
show. That's what I always say. You can't watch Daddy.
Right. So little Dylan and I went to El Pollo Loco. Yeah.
His original name was Zimmerman, though, right?
Yeah. I thought that would be the coolest name as I was a kid. I never heard anybody named Dylan. I said, this will be because I love Dylan Thomas.
Right.
So I said, this would be a cool name for a kid. And I thought it'd be unique, and now every fucking kid is Dylan. And they named him after that 90210 guy. Can you imagine? That's what I read in a not a book, but a periodical. So anyway, little Dylan and I were getting some chicken at the Pollo Loco.
Right.
And kids are so wonderful, you know. You know that.
Unfiltered.
They're unfiltered, exactly. Yes. So we're standing beside this huge fat broad, you know. And so
not as unfiltered as Daddy, but unfiltered.
So me and little Dylan are behind her, and he goes, Daddy, look how fat she is. And then so I had not said you're not supposed to call fat people fat to him, so it wasn't his fault. So I said, no, Dylan, shit, enough with that. And he goes, I bet she's going to eat a lot of chicken. I bet. It was really funny because everybody was looking at her. And then right at that moment, the guy goes, yes, ma'am, what would you like? And she was like, I'll have 2 pieces of chicken. You know, she was going to order like 8 full whole chickens. You know?
Well, how do you know that?
Yeah. How do I know that?
Yeah, maybe she wasn't going to order 8 full chickens.
No,
maybe she was...
because right when she ordered the 2 chickens, she did like the shifty eye, you know? I don't do a good shifty eye.
So you're behind her in line and yet able to discern the subtle REM-like movements of her eyeballs.
got me on that one. I made that part up.
You don't even have a son.
For the purposes of that anecdote, I am not Darren.
I thought you were going to be quick and say, it was Linda Blair.
We got a phone call for you, believe it or not. Fat woman from El Pollo Loco. No. It's Murtaugh from Miami, Florida. Murtaugh.
Hey, Dennis. Hey, Norm.
How are you, Mert?
I'm good. You know, I can't wait to see your new show. It really looks good.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, when's it on again, Normie? Remind him. You're good. You're one of my friends. I'll let you plug capriciously.
Okay, it's on
oh, come on, you gotta get this. Huh?
When is it on? When
Are
is
you
it
in
on?
it?
Yes. It's on a Wednesday at 9:30 on the American Broadcasting Corporation.
All right. So, what's your question there, Mert?
Okay, why is it people like this annoying Joan Rivers, you know, always criticize people's bad taste at the Academy Awards, you know, like Gwyneth Paltrow, who's like the hottest chick on earth. And, well, she has no taste in fashion whatsoever, you know, man? I mean, God.
I don't. You know what? I feel awkward here because I met Joan Rivers once and she was so nice to me and so funny. But I agree with him to some extent when she gets like lays into Kathy Bates or say, Kathy Bates never did anything wrong by her. And I just think there's that slight tinge of desperation in Joan sometimes nowadays, you know, that she'll say anything and that kind of. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes that makes me uncomfortable. But, you know, she's a good dame and she does a great show there.
I hate slamming other celebrities.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Remember when Spade did that, how he lived his life in fear?
To Eddie?
Well, to Eddie, you know, to Eddie specifically, but
yeah.
Spade used to do that Hollywood moment. Spade, he's a great guy, one of our best friends, but he was always scared shitless because he made his whole thing out there just trashing people, and they would get pissed and call him, and he was always like living in fear. He never goes to Hollywood parties because he's afraid somebody's going to kick his little Sputnik ass down.
Right, because everybody he insults is like 2.5 feet taller than him.
Now, Norm, have you ever done anything in your long and storied career that you consider specifically to be in bad taste as you look back on it? Maybe at the time you thought it was a good play, but you look back on it and you think that was in bad taste.
Well, sometimes, like in stand-up, I'll do jokes that are like one time I was doing this thing in San Francisco, and they were all gay people in the audience. They told me, so I figured I'd
in San Francisco?
Yeah.
No.
So I figured I'd do stuff about gay people so that they could relate to it.
Yeah, it's warm up. They love that.
And so I was talking about, because I went to this gay pride parade, and I saw in it there were these old men and old ladies like with these signs that said, "We are proud of our gay son," you know? And so I was saying, that's an odd thing to be proud of, you know, because it's not an achievement, you know? It's not like something you work all your life to be gay or anything like that. And I just wondered, I had a hard time believing that these 50, 60-year-old men are actually bragging, you know, at work like they're, hey, Bill, you know, my kid, oh my God, we're proud of him, Johnny. He graduated from Harvard, you know, first in his class, you know what I mean? Now he's articling over at a law firm, and, oh yeah, he loves cock. You know? This kid. He can't get enough cock in his mouth, his ass, his kid's always cock. I got a picture of the boy here sucking another man's cock. I want to show it to you.
To watch the maturation of you as an artist to realize it took you 9.5 minutes to get around to the sucking cock stuff. It's beautiful to see you comfortable in your own skin, Normie. All right. The Norm Show, 9:30. What night? Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday.
ABC. Good luck with it. Norm MacDonald. Stick around. Norm will do the news. Norm MacDonald.
Norm MacDonald. The Norm Show. The Norm Show. I have not seen The Norm Show. I don't think I've seen an episode of The Norm Show. I don't believe. I think maybe like clips here and there. Like is there like a streaming service that has the full Norm Show? Norm said it came on American broadcasting company, ABC. Where can you stream ABC? Isn't that like Disney? Disney has Norm. Or maybe there's like it's on the YouTube or something. I don't know. But yeah, Norm, I mean, it seemed like Norm was like uncomfortable promoting, himself. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like he did. If at first it seemed like he didn't know the company, he didn't know the network, he didn't know what day it came on at the time. He just loved comedy. He just loved comedy. Oh man, Norm.
Today on Larry King Now, it's Norm MacDonald, the former Weekend Update anchor on the recent Late Night Shuffle.
I love Leno, and I don't like that everybody's against him.
Opens up about his time on SNL.
As soon as I got fired, Norm's great. And this idiot from this front office fired him.
Plus, first person you kissed.
Mrs. Blanchard, my math teacher.
Next on Larry King Now. Welcome to Larry King Now, one of my favorite people, Norm MacDonald, the former anchor of Saturday Night Live's Weekend Update. He's known for his impersonations of Bob Dole, Burt Reynolds, and me. And now he's entering the online world by launching his own live video podcast, aptly titled Norm MacDonald Live, which airs Mondays on YouTube, is also available for download on iTunes. I guessed it with him last week. It's a lot of fun. Are you enjoying that?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun because I told them, they always want me to do a podcast. And then I always wanted to, I didn't want to do it unless I could only interview people I like. So anyways, I'm doing it for no money.
Yeah, and it's online, it's on YouTube. Why would you do something sans pay?
Because interviewing people, I've often been offered jobs hosting shows. And I never took them because I don't have the insatiable curiosity that you do. So I said, I'll only do it if I can interview only people that I'm really interested in. So I'm very interested. I got Billy Bob Thornton, who fascinates me.
Just saw him last week. Great guy.
He's a great guy and so interesting. And I got you. You were on the top of the list.
I was good.
You were fantastic. And I did an impression of you.
We'll do it here.
And I do impressions of guys. Like they say impressionism is the highest form of flattery. Sometimes it's not. Because guys will do me because I have a bit of an odd voice. A guy will come up in the street to me and he'll go, hey, I do an impression of you. And I go, oh, what is it? And then the guy goes, hey, how you doing? You sound like a retard. But for me, since I'm not an impressionist by vocation, I can only do impressions of guys I've seen thousands of times. Can I tell you one more thing about my impression of you that I just recalled?
What?
I had a chance to meet Johnny Carson because of that impression.
How so?
Because Johnny Carson phoned me and he said he loves Larry King and every day he reads the News and Views, which was the impression I did was your News and Views in USA Today.
Right.
Which was the bullet points, which I liked because
Nobody asked me, but it was
an older kind of thing from even earlier.
Throwback.
The throwback and I really like old time things. And so I had a chance to meet Johnny Carson, which I didn't take.
Why?
I was afraid. He'd already retired from The Tonight Show. He said, come to Burbank to my office and we'll talk, which sounded fantastic.
Didn't go?
I didn't go because
Norm.
This is why. He would tell me stories, he could tell me stories about everybody, that existed ever in life in show business. And then I'd have to go, did you ever meet Chris Kattan? I wouldn't have anything to give back.
But he wanted to meet, Norm, you missed it.
I should have done it.
You're weird, Norm.
I've met guys, though.
I know.
I met you. I met the
Why
great
didn't you
Bob
didn't
Newhart.
you have a chance to show the Late Late Show on CBS?
There was
Letterman?
talk of it, yeah.
So what happened?
I don't quite understand what happened, but you know, right after I got fired rather from Saturday Night Live, David Letterman was very interested in me, and he liked me a lot, and he owned that slot.
He owns that.
After.
So why didn't you get it?
I don't know. Les Moonves might have had something to do with it.
Why were you fired?
I think the biggest mistake, I think the biggest thing that hurt me was I was fired from an executive, Don Ohlmeyer at NBC, and then it may have, even though I said nothing against Don Ohlmeyer after being fired, not one thing. A lot of other people said things against him because it made a good story. Like in the press, this is what I found out, Larry. In the press, a story is good. Now, I was doing Saturday Night Live and I was doing Weekend Update, and the press didn't care about me. I never read anything good about me. As soon as I got fired, Norm's great. And this idiot from this front office fired him.
Why were you fired?
I don't know why I was fired. This is what I was. A rumor came up that I was fired because I did a lot of OJ jokes.
And Ohlmeyer
was friends. But I did not believe that. And I said, because I talked to Don Ohlmeyer, and I found him to be a very candid guy. I talked to him.
What did he say?
He said, I don't think you're funny in it anymore. And I said, well, why would a guy say that? Why would a guy make that a lie? You know, that sounded like the truth to me. And I accepted it completely.
So he didn't think you were funny.
And I liked Don Ohlmeyer because he invented the skins game. And so I said, I said, hey, you know, you own the cameras. What am I supposed to do?
What do you make of Seth Meyers getting the Fallon gig?
I think I like Seth Meyers. I think it's
Do you know
great.
if he can interview, though?
I don't know. I've missed a few shows.
No, you know networks. Do you think they've run the test of Seth? He's a great guy.
Well, you know what Seth did is he went on the Kathy and Regis show after Regis left, and
did interviews there.
And interviewed on there. So I guess he impressed them with that.
How do you think he'll do?
But he's a very funny guy. But how I think he'll do, I'm always wrong with predictions.
So what is your prediction there?
I should say he's going to suck because my predictions are always wrong, right? No, I like Seth. He's a really funny guy.
What do you make of Leno?
And Lauren now owns everything.
Yeah, Lauren he's the savior of NBC.
Yeah.
What do you make of Leno?
I love Leno. You know, and I don't like that everybody's against him.
What's he going to do you think?
I think Leno will do what he's always done with stand-up, you know, and he's a brilliant stand-up, fantastic stand-up. When I first came to Los Angeles, we would all like watch Leno and worship him, you know. And
you know what he did that he doesn't do because of the confines of television? When you see Leno in person, he stalks the stage.
Oh my God!
He moves
like Elvis.
He moves constantly, back and forth, and he moves. But in television, he's got to be in that center circle. So the monologue is more, here's my next. Whereas you see him in person.
Unbelievable.
Night and day.
Like you'll see him, can I say one thing before you hear the commercial? He'll come in and improv. Seinfeld will come into the improv and do everybody knows Seinfeld. They go nuts. He talks for 5 minutes, but he just stands there. Not Leno. He's moving around, giving it his all. Never stopped entertaining.
I don't know how he confines himself like that when he's
like a caged beast.
Coming up, Norm, on how he got the Weekend Update gig to begin with. And did you know he was supposed to have a co-anchor? Aha! That's next. Don't go away. We're back with the brilliant Norm Macdonald. No other way to describe him. He is a genius of comedy. How did you get to be the anchor of the Weekend Update?
Well, Saturday Night Live has a thing. You go to Lauren and he says you got to do 3 things. You got to write 2 sketches, you got to do 2 impressions, and you got to do 2 characters. And I said, I can't do any of that. So it was kind of a rough beginning. So he said, okay, well, bye. And I said, but, you know, why don't I just write on the show? I can write, you know, because I do stand-up, which I consider the hardest writing. And I knew a lot of guys on the show. So I did that, and then the next year they said you want to do Update because a comic can do it right into the camera, you know, rather than act.
Did you enjoy Update?
Loved it.
Yeah, okay.
Were
you supposed to have a co-anchor?
There was a moment when,
Who was it going to be?
I can't remember the girl. But they said, do it with a girl. You know, Lauren was like, do it with a girl. I can't do impressions of him, but he goes, do it with a girl. I think Lauren liked me because I didn't understand what he was saying half the time. But he said, do it with the girl, and then she will bring you sexiness, and you will bring her comedy, like Rogers and Astaire. And I said, you mean the dancers from the...
You ever do it once with a girl, or they never did it?
No, I got saved actually from it because I said, I don't want to do it like a guy and a girl. They don't do that anymore. It looked like we were doing a takeoff of local news.
Yeah.
You know? It wouldn't look right. And he had me, he said,
you watch Saturday Night Live now?
Yeah, I love Saturday Night Live. Ever since I was a kid, I watched that show.
What do you make of it now?
I think the cast's amazing. You know, it's more like actors. Like when I was on, it wasn't real actors. When I was on, it was
comics.
Comics. Guys like Sandler and Farley, and big forces of nature, you know, that could really look at the camera and break
these are comedic actors.
And these are more like they act together. They're generous actors towards each other. So it makes for bigger sketches, but it doesn't make for the breakout stars.
You wrote for Roseanne, huh?
Yeah, Roseanne was my first job, yeah. She was fantastic.
That was a great sitcom.
Unbelievable. And she was the most... She knew what she wanted in that show. It was very funny because every week, she hired me because I was a stand-up. Everybody else was Harvard writers, and she didn't care for Harvard people. And she saw me at this, you come write. So every week, the writers would go write a sketch, very traditional sitcom sketch, and she didn't want to do that. So she'd get rid of all these
Yeah, go ahead.
Get rid of all these jokes. Why are all these people telling jokes? That's not how people act. And so they were very frustrated. Roseanne, you know, we have to fix everything for stupid Roseanne. They hated her. Then they'd hand in the thing, and the show would be great. The next week, it would repeat, the same exact dynamic would start again. They'd never go, Roseanne's right. We got to change everything.
Now, you did a sitcom, right?
Yeah.
Norm, would you do another one?
Yeah, maybe.
What do you want to do, Norm?
I just do stand-up. Everything that I did kind of... this is what, you know, when you do stand-up, it's a specific
I love
thing.
stand-up.
You do it now.
Yeah.
But
I tell stories.
But it's not good, it doesn't make you a good actor. It's the opposite. It makes you a bad actor. Because like, if you want to be a good actor, you go to the grounds, you do improv, where the audience is on your side. And then when you get to sitcoms, I remember when I first started sitcoms, I'd read it, I go, these jokes are all going to bomb. Because they would. If you do stand-up, you lose them for 5 minutes, you're dead.
Correct.
You know, and then you go to stand-up and they laugh like maniacs every time you stop talking. Like, did you ever see a joke bomb on a stand-up? I mean, on a sitcom?
On a sitcom, no, they don't.
Every joke works. As a matter of fact, that's why I liked Saturday Night Live, because you could bomb on that show. And the only other show I remember about that was the first Letterman show. A stand-up could go out there.
The daytime show.
The daytime show, but then the 12:30 show when it started. You could bomb, and I like that kind of, because I don't think the audience should be a participant in this.
So I'm going to ask you something, Norm. How do you earn a living?
Well, this is the thing with stand-up. If you're funny at stand-up,
Well, are you doing stand-up all the time?
Oh, right now?
Yeah.
I make zero.
What do you mean?
I don't make any money right now.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
You don't do stand-up now?
No, not because I did stand-up for. I decided.
So you don't get booked in theaters. You don't go around and.
I stopped at Christmas. Of this previous Christmas.
Why?
Well, I thought there'd be a time when I could retire. It turns out you can never retire.
No, you can't.
Yeah, and the more money you make, the more they take away from you.
More with Norm after the break.
We were talking.
Yeah.
About how you do stand-up.
I'm going to ask about
and I just realized you just told me when you do it, it's orgasmic.
It is. When you're about to make someone, when you got that moment, when they're going to laugh, right that moment when it
You have an involuntary ejaculation?
Not me, they. It's orgasmic.
Oh, they do.
It's orgasmic for the audience. For me, it's a high.
Yeah.
You don't tell me it's not a big high to make people laugh.
Yeah.
High.
But I'm on so much morphine at the time.
Has stand-up comedy changed?
Yeah, it's changed a lot.
Worse?
Yes, worse.
Because?
Well, in my opinion, it's obviously all subjective, but it's become so, you know, and I feel like, I'm not saying like I'm an old man, I don't get it anymore. I'm just saying that I believe stand-up has gotten
very, very confessional and, to me, mean and and ugly and so forth. And it's reached its peak to me of offensiveness. First of all, I think it's sort of, I can't be shocked, but I think it's shocking that they think they can shock me. Like,
is it a thin line, though, between, you did a lot of stuff like parody when you knocked O.J. during that trial and the whole thing.
Yeah.
Rickles for years was one of my favorite individuals.
The greatest comic.
Right. Now, but he was never, Rickles is hysterical, but not mean.
Not mean, that's the difference.
There's a lovingness about him.
There is, yes. There's a show in Palm Springs called The Follies. And
I've heard about that.
They bring in they have a 90-year-old team that's a vaudeville team and old singers and all that. And I went to see it, and I didn't realize this because I'm of a different age that didn't see this kind of comedy. But there's no irony in it. You know what I mean? They're giving it all. You know what I mean?
Henny Youngman.
Yeah. Henny Youngman. They jokes. Rodney jokes. There was no and then deconstructing and punk and not dressing up. You know, like me, I go on stage like a slob. I look at the old tapes of Hope and Benny. These guys were men at 30 in tuxes in complete command.
Oh, yeah.
And so I think I would like it to...
Did you, what do you think of the Bill Maher's and Dennis Miller's and the political concept of humor?
I don't like politics personally. I find it uninteresting, so I would...
So you're not attracted to that?
I'm not attracted to that, but they're both very, very funny guys, but I wish they'd talk about everything rather than one thing.
You're a big
and you know what, an interesting thing I always find on politically incorrect or now real time is I always find the political experts are trying to be funny and the comedians are trying to be serious.
Yeah, that's really interesting to watch that.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting about you'll like this. Jackie Gleason was a great friend of mine.
Oh, yeah?
And he was like a mentor to me, and I spent a lot of time with him. And he told me, every great comic wants your love. They want to be loved.
Yeah.
You always want to be loved. That's what it is.
Is that right?
The only comic he thought who lasted for a long time, which stood above the audience, was Groucho. Groucho didn't care if you liked him.
Oh, he didn't.
But Rickles wants to be loved. You know
I'm
that.
being a big fat guy now for a movie.
You're still
I've gained a lot of weight for a movie.
You're going to do a movie?
No, I'm not doing one, but I think movies always need a big fat guy.
So you're ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You're still a nut sports fan, right?
Yes. Well, I gambled. I had a little gambling problem for a while.
Betting all sports?
Yes.
Basketball?
I'll tell you something, you don't want to find yourself betting soccer. It's like 1-0 with 88 minutes left, and
what do you
done.
Get goals? we're beat 1-0.
I got bad beats, man. You wouldn't believe. Do you remember the Robin Ventura Grand Slam single?
Turned into a single. I was at that game.
You were at that game?
In New York.
Oh, my God. So I lost by half a point.
Big Met win.
Yeah, big. And I remember at the end, because they all, because it was the over-under was 7.5. It was 3-3. The only chance was a homer. Miraculously, he gets a homer with the bases loaded. One guy, and they count one. But anyways, I remember in the melee, I remember Bob Costas saying, I don't think they're going to score. I think they're only going to score one.
Yeah, because he ran past the guy.
And then later I asked Costas when I met him, I said, why'd you say that? And he told me his father was a compulsive gambler.
Oh, compulsive. In our final minutes with Norm, we'll play a game of If You Only Knew. We'll be right back. We're back with the great Norm MacDonald. You're a Twitterer too, huh?
I do Twitter, yeah. I find it fun.
You get a lot of attention on Twitter sphere for being open about your religious views. What are they?
I'm a Christian. It's not
Devout?
stylish to say now.
No, are you devout?
Yeah.
You believe in the Lord?
Yes, I do.
You think you're going somewhere when it ends?
I don't believe it, but what people don't understand about faith is that you have to choose it. You know what I mean? They think that you believe it, but you have to choose it.
So you choose to have faith?
Yes.
That means you believe you're going somewhere. What is faith? But I have faith.
Yeah, the same way that you believe. There's a lot of things I have faith, but I don't really believe in DNA. Like if I was on a jury and a guy was predicted that his DNA was on this cigarette,
I go, I don't know what DNA is.
So you don't have faith in that?
No, I don't have faith in science.
Really?
Well, think about it. Haven't scientists always been wrong? Like they used to think the sun went around the Earth. Everybody's, hey, that scientist. Well, he's so smart. We'll give him a white cover.
Other science refuted it.
Right, but back then, like everybody at that time thought that guy was smart. Why at this time do we think that the Earth goes around the sun?
Did Christ think the world was flat?
Huh?
Did Christ think the world was flat? These are questions I ask. Okay, we have some social media.
I'll say one thing.
What?
The smartest man in the world is supposed to be Stephen Hawking, and I heard him say that God was a fairy tale. Now, that doesn't seem like a very scientific idea.
I asked him what is something he doesn't know about. He said women.
He's had two, though, somehow.
Yeah. We have
Two
some
women.
social media questions for you. Nathaniel Riches on Instagram wants to know, who's your favorite comedian?
My favorite comedian of all time is Bob Hope.
Gojo TV on Twitter wants to know, what are the best things in your life right now?
The best thing is my son.
What are things
That's probably you.
What are the things you'd like to change? My boys are the best. What are the things you'd like to change?
Change in the world?
Yourself.
Oh, in myself? I'd like to give more money to homeless people. I walk past too many of them.
I give money to them.
I try as much as I can, but every time I walk past them, I go, why didn't I give money to that guy?
I get sad. All right, we'd like to play a game called If You Only Knew. I just throw them out at you. First person you kissed.
The first person?
Remember her name?
Her?
You kissed a boy?
No, I kissed a girl.
Who was it, Norm?
It was a little girl named, am I allowed to say this?
Yeah.
Mrs. Blanchard, my math teacher.
You kissed your math teacher in Canada?
Yeah.
How old were you?
I was like 7.
On the lips?
Yeah, on the lips. This is what happened. Nobody wanted to be my Valentine.
Oh, Norm.
We had an odd number of people in our class.
So you went up to her?
So I got molested.
Any weird habits? Did you have any weird habits we don't know about?
I do have I don't know if you call it OCD or AC, whatever it is, ACL. It's not ACL. That's a bad habit.
What do you have?
I flip coins constantly, and I keep track. This sounds so
whether it's heads or tails?
Yeah.
You know, Jimmy
Ever
the
since
Greek,
I was a child.
Jimmy the Greek told me once, you could flip a coin 100 times, it comes up heads. On the 101st flip, the odds are still even.
The coin has no memory.
The coin has no memory. What's
You knew Jimmy the Greek, huh?
Oh, very well.
Bad ending.
What scared you? I know. What scared you the most?
Dracula's.
You don't like Dracula?
God. In a way, now that I think about it right now, I've lost my fear of him, because what's the worst that can happen? You live forever.
Yeah, why is that bad? I never understood why Dracula. She slept all night. He had to go to bed when the sun came out.
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good deal.
Who's your role model?
My role model is my beautiful mother.
If you weren't a comedian, if you weren't a comedian, what would you be?
What would I be if I weren't a comedian? I guess I'd be a heart surgeon.
That's good.
Yeah.
I think I'd be a lawyer, defense.
You know, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a lawyer. I always wanted to be a lawyer. But I think, looking back, it was just the performing aspect. I never wanted to read big, long
You want to
books.
stand up in front of the jury.
Yeah,
Thanks, Norm.
Thank you. That was awesome.
Thanks to my guest, Norm MacDonald. Catch his show, Norm MacDonald Live, Monday, 6 p.m. Pacific, on YouTube and available for download on iTunes. And remember, you can find me on Twitter at King's Things, and I'll see you next time.
Well, I can tell a joke.
Go for it. Yeah, please do. Please. Yeah.
There was a little boy in school named Dirty Johnny. Now, he's not dirty in this joke, but he'd always be a hellion in class, and the teacher didn't think much of him. So the teacher has a project, or not a project, but an in-class thing. How'd that go again? She says, now, this is what you're going to do here, class. I want you to stand up. I want you to stand up and tell the class a story from your life. And then afterwards say the moral to that story. So a girl puts up her hand. Yes, Becky, what's your story? So Becky stands up. She goes, my dad works for the hatchery here in town. And what happens was he got about 15 eggs. And he put them all in one basket, all in the same basket. So he put all his eggs in one basket. And he put it on the horse and buggy and drove back home. And by God, Becky says the bouncing and all the eggs broke. Well, that's a good story, the teacher says, but what would the moral be to that? Becky says, well, the moral is, don't put all your eggs into one basket. But goddamn, says the teacher, that's a good one. Anybody else? Marjorie puts up her hand. Marjorie, what's your story? She says, well, my dad works for the hatchery, as most, all of us. Thank God for the hatchery. She says that we'd all be lost. But anyways, my dad knows that eggs become chickens. And so he was counting his chickens, and he added in the eggs, you see. And then he put them on a horse and buggy to go to town, and they all broke. Well, what's the lesson to that? The teacher says. She can't understand. And she says, well, don't count your chickens before they hatch out of an egg. Mm-hmm. So the teacher says, that's a great one, too. Anybody else? Well, wouldn't you know, Dirty Johnny has his hand up. So the teacher's like, holy God, I don't want it. But on the other hand, I made an oath to every child, should I suppose I gotta. All right, Dirty Johnny, what do you have to say? Johnny stands up. Stories about my Uncle Terry. He never worked at the hatchery. On account he was in Vietnam, and he got disability. He don't even like people work at the hatchery. But the story happened far from these shores, in a little town called Da Nang. Terry was not well liked. His whole troop left him, abandoned. And he woke up in the weeds, and all they left him with was 3 bottles of Jack Daniels, some weapons. Terry stood up and downed 1 bottle right away. Said, if I'm going out, I'm going out. He took his Balishnikov and a couple of Glocks and his 2 bottles, and away he went. He found a town. And he didn't know if it was Charlie or if it was one he was sent to protect. But all he knew was he had hate in his gut. So he started firing. And he fired the Kalashnikov with an arcing kind of, like a farmer would with hay, with a scythe. And sure enough, the men fell like hay before him. And then the women, and by God, I'm ashamed to say it, but then the children. And finally, all was left was Uncle Terry standing in the mud and the blood and the glory. And he touched his pants, and it was wet, and he said he was ashamed. He felt shame, Uncle Terry, for he'd pissed himself. Well, he touched it again. It was not urine at all, but ejaculate. And Uncle Terry felt pride where shame once was. And the teacher's like, good Christ, what kind of a story is that? What the hell is the moral to that? Well, he says, when Uncle Terry's been drinking, you don't fuck with him.
Our next guest has performed at clubs all over Canada and the United States, including the Improv in Los Angeles, and also Catch a Rising Star and Stand Up New York here in Manhattan. And now, making his network television debut, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Norm MacDonald. Norm, are you...
Well, thanks. Good to be here. I've been traveling around a lot, watching a lot of the TV, you know, and you've seen these new sports on the TV where they'll try to combine two sports together and make up a new sport. You know, like a guy will run a 100-yard dash and then fish. But I love the TV. You know, I saw a cat food commercial, and I said at the end of it, said, all natural food for your cat. All natural food. You know? But cat food's made out of horse meat. Yeah, that's the way it works in nature. The cat right above the horse in the food chain. Matter of fact, every time my kitty gets a little cooped up in the apartment, I like to take him down to a racetrack, let him stalk some prey down there. It's so cute when he comes trotting back with a stallion hanging out of his mouth there, you know. But I love the TV, you know, anything at all. The only thing I don't like, you ever see when there's a celebrity that you really respect and admire, and then he shows up on some cheap TV show, you know? Last week I was watching the Hollywood Squares, and a secret square, J.D. Salinger. But I like game shows. That's my favorite thing, you know, big prizes and everything. You ever see the dating game? You ever see that show? That's a weird show there. The prize on that show, another contestant. Talk about cheap. And they always do the same thing on that show. They get a beautiful girl, match her up with 3 giant dorks. Last week they had a guy on, he was a crazy guy, loony bin, psycho, wingnut. You know, you can tell by the way they introduce him. They go, bachelor number 2 is a shadowy lurking character whose hobbies include skulking. Please welcome from no fixed address. He's just a guy. Menacing figure shambles into the studio there, you know, and then they make the girl ask those questions, you know, laced with sexual innuendo. You know, girl go, bachelor number 2, if I were a popsicle, what would you do to me then if I were a popsicle? That's what it says in the card here. And the guy goes, well, if you're a popsicle, huh? Well, first of all, I guess I'd take your wrapper off. If you know what I mean. And then I'd grab a hold of your sticks. If you know what I mean. And then I'd press you against the counter till you're broken too. Put a happy in the freezer till later. You know what I mean, Evan? You understand what I'm getting at? It's crazy. But a lot of violence on TV. You know, kids aren't supposed to watch violence now on the TV. They're afraid maybe the kids will copy what they see on the screen, you know. I can't even get a funny cartoon anymore because some 12-year-old watched a particularly violent episode of the Roadrunner Coyote Show. And the next day they found him in the bottom of a canyon. Had 2 giant springs strapped to his feet. A big couple of springs. Had a little umbrella in his hand. Sign said, yikes. But there's violence everywhere. You know, I was reading in a paper, this guy, if you can believe this, a guy killed his family because the devil told him to. Can you believe that? Imagine that, killing your family, and then you go back to the devil, you go, yes, devil, I did as you instructed. I killed my family, and I chopped them up and put them in a duffel bag. Here they are. I'll be burying them tonight at the shallow grave by the side of the railroad track, as you have commanded, O Lord host of the hoary netherworld. Then the devil pulls off a mask. It's me, Bob! You go, oh, Bob! Yes, you got me, Bob. You got me there. I got my family in a duffel bag over here. That's one for you there, Bob. This dirty dog. Yeah. So I had this dream today. You ever have a dream, and then you wake up right in the middle of a great dream, and then you're back in your stinking life again? So then you try to fall asleep, re-dream it? Man, that never works. Always end up with some weird mutation of your original dream there, you know? Like in the first dream, I was in a pool with Christy Brinkley, and we were swimming toward each other, and then I woke up. So I fell asleep again, I end up shooting pool with David Brinkley. You guys are doing great. Thanks very much.
Welcome to Two Guys in a Podcast. I'm Tom.
And I'm Mike.
Back at you with another reaction video.
Booyah! So, we're going to give this Norm MacDonald guy another try. I think
we both like Norm, but it's different comedy.
He's a tough guy to do reaction videos to.
It's
but
funny.
we had a frequent flyer.
Frequent commenter?
A frequent commenter that we figured we'd give him.
Finally give him what he wants.
What he was asking for. So stand by while we get after it.
Shut up and sit down.
All right, we're back. We are going to give Norm MacDonald another try. Again, like Norm MacDonald, but
yeah,
tough
he's
to
just
do
a reaction video kind
It
of
is.
guy. That's all. But we're
Because
gonna.
his jokes kind of build, and you got to build, and there's nuances and everything. And it is tough to do a reaction video too.
So
like
let's see
a video where we just sit here and laugh.
What he has to say.
We're going to do that. This is for you, John Curtis, who's requested this. I don't know. We lost count at triple digits. So we're going to give it to you. Hope you like it. Here we go. Fair point. Whatever.
That jerk face.
I did tell you that one.
Bingo.
Wrong. That was good.
That was good. That was good.
That was a very good one.
Like,
Norm MacDonald alcoholism.
He
was on the spot there.
Yeah, he was moving.
Yeah, that was. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Good job, John Curtis. That was a good one.
Thanks for the link.
Yeah, that was really good. Keep the links coming, people. Helps us figure out exactly what you want to see.
Just makes it easy for us.
Yeah, and funny stuff like that. We like laughing.
Hell yeah.
So. All right, more content coming at you. We appreciate the support. Channel is still growing, and it's crazy, and we love it. So we'll be back at you soon. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Tom. Deuces.
Oh, man. How you doing, Sean?
I'm great. Really quick, we have an audition coming up on our show for an old-fashioned homo who wears a thong and does lap dances.
Oh.
Go for it.
No, Andy's going to move out there in a couple of
Wait, when is this?
Our producers will be
He'll
checking
call
our
you.
availability.
Yeah. You guys are doing well. The show's very successful. And you know what? Just as you were coming out of the curtain, Norm leans over to me and goes, "This guy got a Porsche."
Yes.
And I remember reading about it. Your show's a big hit for the network,
Well,
and they gave all you guys Porsches.
Yes, and you, what did you get?
Ha! What are you talking about?
Then a Jag, right? Because the Jag's not so bad.
NBC's given us nothing, and they fired Norm's ass. So, you know. Pretty much.
Yeah.
You're talking to the wrong group of people about having a Porsche here.
Right. No, I really don't.
They sent
like
me a
it.
seat cover.
Did they?
Yeah, for my Ford Taurus. I love it. Yeah.
And some Subway tokens.
Yeah.
No, we. I really don't like the Porsche that much. I mean, it's fun. No. Hey, stop it!
You're breaking me up here, pal.
No, I like my Camry. I'm everyday people, and the Porsche. The Porsche to me is just it's too loud because the engine's like right here, so you get in,
Right.
and half your body fits in it. So like my left leg is dragging on the pavement as I drive.
You cut a little hole for it.
But I look cool.
Yeah.
So
that's a nice gift to get, though.
Yeah. How about
show's
it?
going very well. You guys have a very physical show. I mean, you guys are always touching, bumping up against each other. You guys like to rub bellies. Every time I see a promo for your show, you guys are rubbing your bellies together. What's that all about?
Yeah,
because if it gets me a Porsche, I'm doing it.
Okay, come on. I'll give you mine.
All right, here we go.
You're like, no. Okay.
That's not happening, pal.
Yeah, we're pretty much touchy-feely on the set. We grope each other before we start a scene. I grab my crotch, it'll make the scene go much better. Okay, great. And then you say this line now like that, and then we do it.
You do that, huh?
Yeah.
That's acceptable because there's so much fear of the sexual harassment. You got to be so careful. And we have had seminars here at NBC. The idea that you can just grab people's breasts.
Did you have that seminar?
I'm not touching anybody's boobs. I'm not doing that.
No, but did you have?
We had this. We all had to go. Yeah.
Yeah, so did we. And we were sitting there. After the guy's like, it's very serious, don't make any jokes. And like every 5 seconds, we're like making jokes. And after the whole thing was over, I walked out with my pants on my ankles and I said, great seminar. And I just walked to my
I
car.
like that, yeah.
I did. My ass was hanging out.
Okay. This is only your third visit to New York City, is that right?
Yes, my third visit.
Do you like it here? I mean, you getting used to it?
It's all right. I wasn't used to the alley, not having alleys. I didn't know the garbage is on the street and the rats are like everywhere. But it's a nice place to visit.
Right.
But one of the incidents I had this. You'll like the story. I had a hooker come up to me when.
Yeah, just tell this one to Norm. Norm suddenly woke up. Yeah.
So I had this hooker come up to me. No. I had been drinking out with some friends, and they dropped me off at the hotel, and I walked, to the hotel, and this hooker just, was wrapped in newspapers in this skirt, I'm a little tipsy, and she comes up to me, she's like,
The
hey.
hooker was wrapped in newspapers?
Yeah, that's, high fashion for hookers.
I've never heard of that before. You sure that was a hooker and not a newsboy? You said you'd had a few drinks.
It was dark.
This hooker wearing a cap saying extra, extra starts rubbing up against me.
Yeah, so anyways, It was a woman, and she comes
I like
up
how
to
Norm
me.
and I immediately are like, what? That doesn't sound right for a hooker. It's like, what are we talking
Okay,
about?
it wasn't newspapers. She had like a Chanel dress on, all right? And I come up, bing!
Yeah.
And she comes up and she starts groping me, and she's like, come on, babe. It was just, so for 5 minutes. I'm like, okay, I gotta go. And she's like, starts groping me and everything. I go in, I'm like, whatever. I go in and I go to the front desk, and I'm like, any messages? And I walk back to the elevator, and she's through the glass going. And I'm like.
Betty Bye time.
But I called my brother later the next day, and I tell him, she's like, she was trying to get your money, because when I go out, all I bring is my license.
No, hookers don't want your money.
No. No.
What are you talking about?
No, but I mean, she, pickpocket and all that stuff.
Oh,
and that's
steal your
what
money.
She was doing, right, like down my pocket. And
well, that's different.
But whatever, blah blah blah. What a stupid story.
I like it when an interview ends with blah blah blah, whatever. Well, Will and Grace.
That's true, man. One time my buddy was with a hooker, he was telling me.
Wait a minute, you have a hooker story?
Yeah.
Here we go.
And he said that he phoned me up once. He was in Vegas, and he's like, "Hey, man, I'm with this hooker, but I think she ripped me off, man, because she took the money, right? Oh no, yeah. She said something about like I'm gonna go into the bathroom to get a towel to wipe off your balls or something."
Wait a minute! No, you can't! No, wait a minute! You can't! No, you can't! No, you.
That's her.
I can't remember.
What are you doing tonight? I'm glad you can't remember the rest.
All of our stories.
Yeah, you only remembered the crucial sentence. This is a network show. This is like going to Salt Lake City tonight. Not tonight. All right.
I'm sorry.
Total meltdown tonight.
I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah. Will and Grace is on Tuesdays at 9 on NBC, the same network, by the way, which brought you all of this tonight. What higher endorsement? Sean Hayes. Sean.